Excellent.
Welcome to an all-new episode of Much to Do About Nothing. I know you guys were a little thrown off by that intro
I was like,
there. Yeah, okay, so...
I wasn't looking, and I was creeped out. Like, what the heck is that?
Okay, so, and I'm glad Joel's not here to hear this, but quick funny story. I thought, let me put together a really spooky Halloween-filled intro, right? So I was going to end that intro with a pop-up scare. Right? But my problem was every pop-up scare scared the fuck out of me. Yeah. Like I said, I know me too well. I'll forget that I put it there and it will scare the shit out of me live on air, and I can't have that. So I said, yeah, no. The Freddy Krueger thing is fine. We'll leave it at that. I think everybody got the point. We're good. Left it at that.
At least we were muted, so they wouldn't have known we screamed.
No, but here's the problem. We can see each other. We can see each other at the bottom.
We can see each other. They won't.
My problem wasn't the audience. My problem was y'all seeing me.
So I just want to point out that we can't see what you see. So, like, we can't see each other. You would just see all of our reactions.
Oh, really? So y'all couldn't see me during that?
No.
Oh, damn. All right, then next year, yeah, I'm gonna put that in. I thought y'all could see me. I couldn't take that risk. But welcome to an all-new episode of Much to Do About Nothing on this great Halloween night. We have a packed show as far as topics in store for you guys. So we're not going to drag it too much. We're going to get right into it. Let me introduce my panel, starting off with Trayvon. What's up, Trayvon?
Hey, everybody. I'm happy to be here. I was almost killed myself with my compressed air just now, but I'm good. I'm good now.
What were you doing with it?
It has a smell to it, and I forgot that it was so strong.
And what kind of compressed air do you have?
It's a lot.
I think you just used too much.
I did.
I don't think any of my compressed air ever has a smell to it.
Yeah, when you use too much, there's definitely a smell to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotta choke me up a little bit.
Yeah, that would not have been a good way to start this episode. Is Trayvon passing the hell out on camera?
We all would have thought it was a joke for
we would have.
That's the problem.
I'd have just left.
Did you say I would have left?
I don't know what else to do. I'd have just stop the camera.
Yo, Didge would be how I Know What You Did Last Summer starts. Like, the car crashed. Everybody else died. I just left. I didn't know what to do. You didn't try to call 911. I did not know what to do.
I
just
that
left
at least. But, I mean, you see the name. It does. That's in my nature. A dark lord would just leave.
I do appreciate it though, but what's going on, Didge? How you doing, man?
Oh man, not much. Been off work off work today, and I'm off work tomorrow, so that's been nice. Been able to get a lot of stuff done.
Oh, good. A lot of editing, right?
A lot of that. I got stuff I'm supposed to be writing. I still haven't done that, but we'll get to that tomorrow.
It'll get pushed another day. It's all right. Wait one more day. Last but definitely not least, Mike. What's going on, Mike?
Hey, just like Didge, getting work done. Had an interview go up on the channel. Have a Black Panther video going up tomorrow. Fun times.
Nice.
Absolutely. The Avatar: The Last Airbender, Toph video, right?
Right.
Yep. Make sure you send me that so I can put that in the description.
Already on it, boss.
All right. All right, guys. Before we get into it, I want to start something new for this show.
Uh-oh.
Just a question that I posed to the... Relax, Trayvon. Damn. Jeez. This is very true. This is Didge. Yeah, this is definitely Didge. Yeah. We don't do any...
That one gift where the guy disappears, that's me.
Deuces.
Yeah. We don't do any activities with Didge. That's now law.
We don't do that yet.
It's like, damn, Didge, you ain't at least try to see if he was still breathing? Nah, I just got out of there, man. I didn't even check. But no, so I want to pose a question both to my panel and to the audience every week. And the question this week is, if you could only have one, what is your all-time favorite cereal?
All-time favorite what?
Cereal.
I thought you said syrup, and I was going to say nothing. I don't care that much about syrup. Like,
No, me either.
Cereal.
No, actually, no. I take that back. My aunt got this no sugar syrup one day. I almost fist fought her. I'm gonna be dead.
No joke. My dad bought the same thing. I'm like, what's the point of syrup if it's sugar free? Like,
I mean,
what's even the point anymore?
Well, I'm gonna be fair to you. If it was something like an Eggo that I just microwaved, right? It's just like, okay, who cares? I made a breakfast. I mean, sausage, eggs.
oh, so you was all
pancakes.
prepared.
I was set, man. Cut the pancakes up so the butter and the syrup can sit right in the middle. I poured that shit on there. I said, "Oh my, what the?
That's funny.
Oh my god, man!"
That's
when
so
I tell
funny.
you, she almost got these hands. That was not a pretty
You
day.
can tell that they do it on purpose too, because like the text is like sugar free is like so small on the bottle.
It's
to,
so
like, trick
small,
people.
so small. Because really, when you're shopping, you just see sugar, and you're like, "All right, great, I need that in my syrup." And it's like, no, it says free next to it.
Well, that should have been your
Read.
first mistake. Why are you
Read.
expecting them to just put sugar on the bottle? That should have been your first clue.
It's default. Has sugar in it.
Yo, Didge, could you picture buying a pack of hot dogs and it just says meat, and you're like,
I'd be
you should
confused.
have it, right?
I'd be confused. Like, yo, I'm gonna watch out for that one.
Yeah, like, hold on now. Do some of y'all
Put
not have
cocaine in the
meat?
cinnamon toast crunch. Jeez.
Yeah.
Hey, time out. That's a nice little thing to talk about, though, because to me, the best cereal cannot just be what's the best individual cereal. It has to be the cereal that in return gives me the best leftover milk, right? It has to produce that when I drink that milk, I'm not just drinking milk, I'm drinking the tastiness of that cereal remains. And Cinnamon Toast Crunch does.
I don't like the way you worded that.
I worded it
If you're saying
exactly how I wanted
If
it
we're
put
going
out
off
there.
of the combination, I might say Apple Jacks.
Apple
Oh,
Jack. Oh, that's a sleeper one.
Does
right
hot
there.
cereal
I like
count?
that.
No,
No,
dude,
you
cannot bring
90-year-old.
oatmeal to this conversation.
What the fuck? You gonna bring porridge in here? This motherfucker said, "May I have some more, please?" No, hell no, we ain't bringing no damn
Bro,
porridge
trying to
up in
bring
here,
grits
man.
into this conversation, man.
Yeah,
No, I don't like grits.
what
I was
the
literally
hell?
trying to bring oatmeal into it. I eat more
Hell
oatmeal
no.
than anything.
All right, fine. You can go oatmeal. What's yours? So wait. Before you go, Trayvon, yours is Apple Jacks.
If we're talking about combination of milk, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Didge, what's yours?
Apples and cinnamon oatmeal.
Get out of here.
You know what? I ain't even mad at you. Because wait, time out. One day, I mixed strawberries and cream with the apples and they was hitting, Didge. They was hitting on
I
something
mixed
fierce.
all 3 packs, all 4 packs of that box together.
Hey,
That's
Trayvon,
a lot of oatmeal.
That's some real Harry Potter shit you on right now, Trayvon. Just throwing all potions in there.
and almond milk in it. Yeah, that's right.
I do make.
I can't do almond milk.
Trayvon, are you the
Mine
same
with
type of
oatmeal.
person that just puts all the sodas in your cup at the movie theater?
I can do that. I can absolutely do that.
All right, so Didge wants to be the weird one and go hot.
Specifically with oat milk, because I make it with oat milk.
With
I don't
That's
drink
kind of
milk.
redundant,
Stand
isn't
oatmeal.
it?
I don't drink dairy.
Stand
I don't
oatmeal.
drink. I don't drink dairy milk anymore.
No, but oat milk and oatmeal
Oh,
feels very
yeah.
like get a nut milk or something, man.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true.
Or coconut milk. I do like coconut
Um,
milk a lot.
I don't know that.
Yeah, to me, I
haven't
do
tried
regular
coconut-
milk.
I haven't tried
I do
coconut. Don't like oatmeal.
I can't.
You don't like oatmeal?
Oat milk. I don't like
Oh,
oatmeal.
I was about to say you just told
I'm
us you
pretty-
did the
I'm
whole
pretty
Harry
sure-
Potter with
I'm
your
pretty sure
oatmeal.
I just said oatmeal, but I meant oat milk. So yeah.
I can't do
So, yeah,
dairy milk
I'm
anymore.
pretty
Oat
sure I-
milk is weird because
It is.
some
It
of
is
them
dope.
are really good and some are
Yeah.
really bad. So you really
That's fair.
like. I understand if you don't want to experiment and find the ones that are good.
Yeah,
'cause
I tried
that's-
one. I
That's
was
a
like,
lot.
I'm done.
It's blasphemous to say living in the dairy state, but dairy is kind of overrated, guys.
Okay, kick him out. That's too much.
Hey, I was about
That's
to kick
too
him out.
much.
You ain't had to say nothing. I was about to kick
I
him out.
agree.
Hey, here's the thing. I'm
Other than-
lactose intolerant.
Other
and
than
milk is
cheese,
still
it's
my
like,
shit.
I don't really care for the rest.
Nah, I put milk in everything. Hot chocolate, oatmeal.
I
put
put
co-
almond
I
milk.
put
coconut
almond
milk.
I put
I
almond
put
milk.
coconut
Are we
milk and everything.
ignoring custard and ice cream though? Like,
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah.
Not
Hell
gonna
yeah.
lie.
That's when I risk it.
Coconut milk ice cream is
That's
really
not
good.
Okay, all right, Mike. Please take it away from me.
if we're factoring in the
Oh
milk,
my god.
I'd go with Cocoa Puffs. I'd say, Like it
Cocoa Puffs. Okay.
may not be the strongest cereal, but if we're counting the milk factor, that chocolate milk be slamming, man.
I can't argue with you. I can't argue with you at all. I'm gonna go a cereal I just found out about because I didn't even know they put this shit together. I just found out Fruity Pebbles now has marshmallows with it.
Ooh,
That sounds deadly.
Bought 3 boxes of that shit.
Like
much
Fruity
sugar.
Pebbles is already. I don't disrespect. I can go for a good. I can go for a good ice cream or milkshake. But I'm just saying.
Nah, you said what you meant. It's cool.
Oat milk
Nah.
ice cream is
It
really
is
good.
I want you guys to remember that he lives in Wisconsin.
I know.
So
Yeah,
just the
that's what
sheer
makes it
thought
worse.
of saying overrated it's insane. It's insane to me.
Yeah.
Dairy is kind of overrated, man.
Our entire economy is built on dairy.
It
You
is.
would not have your house without it. How is it overrated?
Man,
That's how your internet and stuff works off of. Did you got to show some respect?
I'm really saying milk is overrated, like cow milk.
Nah, hell no. I need that shit straight from the udders. Straight from it, homie.
Ugh.
Straight from it.
Time out. Okay, that's
That shit expires too fast.
That shit is what, Trayvon?
It expires too fast.
Oh, I don't get. Hey, I just told you I done bought 3 boxes of Fruity Pebbles with marshmallows. You think
Mike,
I'm letting that shit go past its spoil
You
date?
you live here.
Hell no.
Did you have the field trip where you had to go milk a cow? That was the day it ended for me.
Y'all had to go milk a cow.
We live
and
in
you
Wisconsin.
disrespecting milk?
Yeah, I
but
mean,
then why you
I
disrespecting
think we've
milk?
all milked cows before if you live in Wisconsin.
And let me
Oh, I was
tell
about
you.
to say, hell no, I didn't milk
And
no
let me
goddamn
tell you,
cow.
that was the day. That was the day. That was the day it all went downhill. I was like, bro, I don't want this anymore. What kind of shit is this?
Y'all are the worst. Y'all are literally the worst.
You say that, but
Um,
where do you think your milk comes from, man?
Yeah, but I don't have to do it myself, so I'm fine with it.
Swiper, don't send that emoji, Jamie. Come on.
That's hilarious. Fruity Pebbles and marshmallows. I don't understand what is the problem? The Fruity Pebbles or the marshmallows?
It's too
just
much
smells a
sugar,
lot
so
of
I feel
sweet.
like
Yeah.
think about Lucky Charms, right? That the
Mhm.
cereal, the base cereal, is not that sweet to account for the marshmallows. Fruity Pebbles and marshmallows is just a lot. You're gonna be in a coma.
Like that's just sugar
Do you
on
put
sugar.
I'm not in one yet.
Do you put
No.
sugar in yours? Okay.
That's diabetes.
Because some people did it. Like some be like frosted flake and sugar.
Only time. Well, yes, I do
Like-
put it in my Frosted Flakes because that shit tastes
No.
bland. It
You put
tastes
sugar
bland.
in your frosted
No,
flakes?
Hell yes.
no.
Hell yes.
That's
And when I
wild.
talk about time out, and when I say sugar, I mean like black people sugar and Kool-Aid sugar.
No.
I gotta
Oh my
drown that
God.
nastiness out. Drown it out. And kicks? Hell yeah. Drown it out. Drown it out.
That's ridiculous.
Joanna, am I
I
in
don't
your
give a
will?
damn. Yes.
You
Okay,
guys,
I'm just-
I went
yeah,
full on
just making
basic
sure.
today in the
But
name
I
of
am being
Halloween.
honest with you. Wait, would you do Ditch?
I went full on basic today in the name of Halloween and tried a pumpkin ale.
Huh.
Ew.
Yeah, I know it's not that great.
There.
No, it doesn't sound good.
It's not that great. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
If you said ill, I would go, yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. But yes, Mike, you are in my will. But just so you know, Joel gets a majority of everything. My family gets very little. But all right, let's move on. Let's go.
What about me?
Let's go. Yeah, you're in there, Trayvon. You're in there. You get all the cool shit.
He's gonna put
No
all the
money,
bills to you. Any bills I still owe go to Trayvon.
Nah.
Yeah, Trayvon
Return
gonna
the
be like,
sender.
you're gonna be like, why Comcast keep calling me? I don't know, man. It's beyond me. I have no idea. I once accidentally put sugar on Honey Nut Cheerios. I felt like it was gonna.
Listen, it's
Wait,
not.
I used to do that. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I used to
Run,
do that.
Vinny, run.
And you wait. You know why I stopped? One day where I was all done with the Cheerios out of the bowl. It was just a bunch of milk left. I looked. There was just a fucking puddle
Yes.
of
Mhm.
sugar sitting right at the bottom like an anchor.
Ew.
I said, "Oh hell no! I can't drink this milk. I drink a pound of sugar. No, thank you. No more of that from you." Trayvon, did you get my my message?
I did. Well, you said another one?
No. Just if you could bring it up, we're gonna start with that.
Oh, okay.
All right, guys, let's get into our regular topic. See, that was fun. I want to start us off with something super fun before we get into super chaos, right? Something to kind of take the
That
edge
was
off.
kind of a chaotic segment. So
Well, I didn't know you were gonna say oatmeal and then disrespect cows. I didn't know sugar was looked at so poorly. I didn't know all these things. I didn't know.
Guys,
I didn't know.
Why, before we get into the main show, like
Yes.
I just can't handle all these freaking Halloween costumes. We had Keke Palmer as Rogue. We had Chloe Bailey.
Man, let
Oh,
me
we're
tell
gonna get.
you.
Oh, we're gonna get into all these. Don't you worry. We're
Like,
gonna get into all these.
Megan Thee
'cause
Stallion
it
as
was
Mitiko. I'm done, man. I can't.
I didn't
handle
see
it
that
anymore.
one.
Bro, hold on. Did y'all see Alicia Keys as Lord Beerus?
I saw that.
Like, bruh, it is. This
That
is
was
beautiful,
innovative to
man.
use the hair to be the ears.
Hell yeah, this is beautiful. That's why when people are like,
I
"Oh, my
got
favorite
no
time of the
work
year is
done
Christmas." Nah, Halloween is my favorite day. Yeah, Halloween for sure. I definitely changed my background like 15 times for sure. That's for damn sure. But all right, let's jump into our first topic of the day, and that is we got breaking news today. It was rumored for a while, but breaking news today that Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. That is important. A lot of people forget the second.
Does the first matter?
I mean, no, but the second
Okay.
does. So we need to establish the difference.
Like he say it does.
Would you say, Didge?
I feel like he would say the first does matter.
Oh, for him, 100%. For us, no. I didn't give a fuck.
I mean,
But
I'm technically the second, but I don't go by it. You guys don't know my dad. It doesn't matter.
yeah, that's true. But Mike, when you become super duper duper famous, and we're just saying just your name, it could be either one of you. You got to be specific.
No.
Got to be very specific. You never know. You know, if they say you were casted in a movie, could be your dad. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? We got to be specific here. So Yahya likes to be specific. Second. All right. But he has been cast as Wonder Man for the new series that we know. Dustin, what's the director for Shang-Chi? It's Dustin. Oh, god damn, Trayvon. Okay. You did love that movie. Yeah, you did love that movie. That's for sure. Oh, did you see the video of Simu Liu getting disrespected at the Clippers game?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, homeboy says Simmons. All right, yeah, let's move on.
It's a shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy,
He said, "Fuck your name and everything that comes with it." But no. So Yahya will be playing Wonder Man, which is awesome. This is really awesome. I said it before. There's a lot of people who have no idea who Wonder Man is. So for me, I thought it was very important. You don't go unknown for the role, right? You need something that gets people immediately interested in your product. And I think Yahya brings that. And Yahya's been on the tear recently. I know a lot of people weren't that thrilled by, him in Aquaman, and I think he's definitely proven himself since. So for me, I'm extremely excited for this. And I'm really excited for the idea that we get to see him in Aquaman next year.
Mm-hmm.
And then a year after, Wonder Man. Yahya definitely said he was waiting for that Marvel check. Saying ain't no shocker there. He was like, hell yes. But I'm very proud for this. I'm excited for this series now that Yahya is at the helm. Trayvon, I'll go to you first since your guy is, producer of this series. How are you liking this casting?
So I'm very excited to see this. I don't know nothing. I know nothing about Wonder Man, like what this character is or anything. Pretty much gonna, go in. I'll hear information, I'm sure, but I'm just excited for him. Although this is cool, good for him. And I'm not gonna, a little bit shallow, the reason why. But I'm just like, yes, I'm happy for him. Yay. And then I remember Watchmen. I was like, oh yeah, I'm happy for him. Very happy for him being here.
I know exactly what you remembered of Watchmen.
Yeah.
Oh, nasty ass. God damn you, Trayvon.
Only part of Watchmen I watched. So let's be honest. But yeah, that's it. If you know, you know. There we go.
No, if you don't know, don't try to know. Just take his word.
Listen, if you to Google Watchmen,
Didn't he play Dr. Manhattan?
You'll find it.
No. Trayvon's talking about something very specific about him playing as Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, the obvious thing of Dr. Manhattan.
Yes.
That's not what I care about. But yeah. So
just finished watching Watchmen. He was great. Absolutely. He was
great.
I thought if that show was to be nominated, he and Regina should have been right there with each other. They were phenomenal. And I assume Jamie agreed. Y'all are just, you know what? All right, enough of y'all. I'm muted.
Watchmen is great. Check it out. But you will unfortunately find out once if you fuck around, you're gonna find out.
There you go.
That's essentially
it.
Yes, the two access points will meet.
Yes.
Once you watch the show.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Ditch.
So can somebody tell me what the heck a Wonder Man is? Because I feel like that should be Wonder Woman's sidekick, and that's clearly not the case.
Oh no! If you made that Wonder Woman sidekick, it would defeat the whole purpose of what Wonder Woman is supposed to stand for. That's why I thought it was really funny that they made Steve Trevor so prominent. I'm like, the whole point is supposed to be land of no man, and it's a lot of man up in here. You might want to relax a little bit. But no, Wonder Man was an experiment gone wrong. He was an actor. He wants to be an actor desperately, which is why Wonder Man, I always thought, before he ever got casted as Star-Lord, I thought Chris Pratt would have been perfect for. Because I always kind of, and you don't compare them, but I always compare them a little bit to Johnny Cage. To where the budding actor wanting to be that superstar, scientific problem goes wrong. And they've alluded to Wonder Man in WandaVision. So Wonder Man is attached to both Vision and Wanda and Wundagore, and that whole storyline. But essentially, Mike, just super strength. I think, hold on, I have it here in my notes. Super speed.
Flight?
No. And I made sure that there was no goddamn flight for this motherfucker. Superhuman strength, speed, stamina, durability, agility, and reflexes.
So generic superpowers, got it.
Yeah, but he does have ionic energy. Ionic energy, as you see right there with his look right there.
Prime says in the comments that he was an Avenger. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, we know that's what they're all building for. All these characters will come. So again, that's why I said what I love about the MCU right now is that it's a puzzle, and it's a puzzle that you have to put together by area, right? You don't just start going. You got to put it together by area. And I believe the area Wonder Man will come from by the time we get to Secret Wars is once Vision has his show, that'll give us Wanda back. Wonder Man will have his show, that'll also give us Wanda back. Wanda will bring those two with her. And then, that's your little family right there, Vision, Wanda, Wonder Man, that enters into the event or re-enters into the Avengers. So I'm super excited.
We have Wanda and Doctor Strange on the same team again.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. And shit, by the looks of what Kang and maybe even Doctor Doom have planned for Secret Wars, we're gonna need all hands on deck. But I can't wait for Wanda to come back, and it's not the same Wanda Trayvon remembers. I just can't wait for that day.
They better not nerf her. Man. I don't give a damn.
It ain't a nerf. It ain't a nerf, Trayvon. It ain't a nerf.
Yes, it is. Yes,
it ain't a nerf. No, it ain't.
You gave her power. Let her keep it. Okay.
No, but again, I think what you have to remember is a lot of that power was tapped into by the Darkhold. Now that she's released from the Darkhold, it won't be as powerful as she was. She'll be powerful, but not as powerful. And that's what she should be.
I had to write about the Darkhold.
I don't like that.
For Collider, and it was funny. I always try to sneak things past the editors, and one of the lines I had was the Darkhold is a pathway to many abilities some would consider unnatural. And they left it in. I'm like, you just let me quote Star Wars, and you left it in.
Hey,
because it sounded good. That's why that shit is poetry. But no, Ditch, I'll go to you. You excited by this casting? Does this make you more interested in the series now?
Yeah, I don't know much about Wonder Man, and so like everything that you guys have been saying was news to me. But I like Yahya as an actor, so I was like, all right, cool. That's all I need to know. That was literally it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. He has a series coming out. I'll watch it. What about my day? So I'll probably before the series come out look more into the character lore and everything to see exactly what we're getting into. But I mean, he hasn't really led me astray in any of his roles so far. So at the very least, I know that we'll have some good acting coming out of it.
I will say this for you, Didge, you, Trayvon, and you, Mike. I think the best thing for you guys to do, and again, obviously you don't have to take my advice, but the best thing I would suggest for you guys to do is to just let the show completely and fully and utterly introduce you to the character, because they might change a lot of what you read up on. Like I can't tell you how many people I told about Shang-Chi and like, hey guys, you're gonna see so many weapons he utilizes, the nunchucks, a sword, a staff, and this motherfucker was using a Kamehameha. He was linking up with Aang, the fucking airbender. He was doing all shit that people were just like, you didn't tell me any of this. I'm like, well, that's not him. So I don't know what the fuck this is, but that ain't what he should
It was
be. So
beautiful. Is what it was.
no argument on it was executed perfectly.
It was.
But it was nothing like what I was telling people it would be. So it might just be best to let Kevin Feige introduce you to everything about this character, because he's probably going to change a whole bunch of shit. He might even fucking fly. Who knows? I don't fucking know. Juan is like, can I learn this power? And the Darkhold is like, not from a source.
Not from a source.
You guys are on fire tonight. I hate y'all. There's a full moon out there. I know it. Mike, not knowing Wonder Man, does the Yahya casting make you more interested in the series, or is it kind of just like, whatever?
It's literally just whatever at this point, because we get so much stuff from Marvel that, I mean, I'm gonna watch it, but I can't say I'm super excited for anything MCU at this point, because just we have Black Panther coming up in a couple weeks, then we have the holiday special for Guardians, then we go into Ant-Man and the Wasp in February, so it's like I don't have the chance to get excited for anything anymore, because it's just so much coming out. By the time it gets here, by the time we get a trailer, I'm sure I'm going to be in love with it. But you know,
well, are you at
really
least
gets me hyped.
Are you at least excited to see Yahya in the MCU?
I guess I don't know. I don't know the character though. So like,
well, no.
Actor there
I just
cool,
mean,
but...
I just mean to see Yahya playing in the playground of the MCU. Just
might be more
happy for Yahya.
I'd be more excited if he wasn't already in the DCU. You know, as Black Manta. Like,
I mean, I love it though.
If this was his first comic book role, maybe I'd be a little more excited. But it's like, I kind of just want to see you fight Jason Momoa.
But see, to me, that's what I love, and that's what I kind of hope both DC and Marvel try their best to do more of, because there are so many times where I go, man, I wonder what Henry Cavill could do in the MCU, or man, I wonder what Chris Evans could do in the DC universe. And to me, it's like, well, shit, if they're game, fuck it. Have them play both sides. I don't give a shit. Throw them in Star Wars too. Have them in all three. I don't give a fuck. Right? Like, put them all in there. I just want to see great actors do all kinds of things. So if Yahya could be both Black Manta and Wonder Man, I'm all for it. I can't wait to see what he brings to Wonder Man that's drastically different from what he brought to Black Manta, that some people were not a fan of at all. So I can't wait to see him have another shot next year, and then whatever he does with Wonder Man. So for me, if you can get Marvel and DC and Marvel, I do not mind. I hope for it. But again, like I said, I can't wait to get more information. Like if Elizabeth is definitely coming back for this series, and how much you're bringing it into what you kind of set up with WandaVision already. Because they skipped a lot in that multiverse of madness.
We don't talk about that.
I was gonna say, a lot of what they set up in WandaVision, you get to Multiverse of Madness, and you're like, you skipped over all that stuff you brought in there. But all right, fuck it, whatever. You do you, man. You do you.
She was being reasonable. Okay, I was enjoying it. Okay.
Oh no, not Wanda. Just a lot of the accurate background that WandaVision set up, like the photo of the cow. When they showed the animation of the store, that cow is really from the comics. It was the villain we're getting in Guardians 3. I can't remember his name.
The villain in Guardians 3?
I mean,
the villain in Guardians 3.
Do we know the villain? I know Adam Warlock's in the movie, but what?
We know the villain. It's the guy that was in Peacemaker, the black dude from Peacemaker.
Okay.
Are you saying his name or the character name?
The character name.
Is it the crap?
The High Evolutionary?
I know exactly. Yes, High Evolutionary.
Yeah.
That was a stab in the dark. I did not know that. Yes. That just sounds like something James Gunn would do.
You were absolutely right. Yeah, High Evolutionary. So that cow was what High Evolutionary created. And it was like a very intellectual being that was helping do a lot of things that were happening on Wundagore. So I'm like, when they showed that, I'm like, oh, you're really going into this. And then they just dipped their toe into it. And I was like, oh.
Or how they forgot that Wanda cares about Vision. And like, we didn't find a planet or an Earth where her kids and Vision exist.
A few things. Hello there, guys. Have you seen the new Ant-Man trailer, and how do you feel about Kang the Conqueror is the main threat in the future? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I never thought they would do it. Because I mainly said after Endgame, like, where do you even go? Like, what do you do now? And I never would have thought Kang, because I thought Kang, to me, I would have always put Kang as a Young Avengers villain. Because I just never thought Kang needed to be this massive, bigger than everything kind of villain for the MCU, as far as like a book into an arc. And then when you cast Jonathan Majors, you're kind of just like, well, I mean, of course, right? Of course, now you amplify it, and he's this massive force. So for me, I was completely fine with it once the casting was made. But Mike, how do you feel about this question? How did you feel about Kang the Conqueror?
Well, I guess I'm the opposite of you, where I thought that was kind of the natural choice, right? I felt like you'd either go Kang or you would have to go Galactus, and I feel like Galactus might be too big of a villain. Immediately after Thanos, I think Kang fits that sweet spot, right, where he's a powerful threat, but he's not Thanos or Galactus, where this new group of Avengers can band together and kind of fight against it, and it still feel slightly smaller in scale than Endgame, while again being a completely different type of villain from Thanos. So I think that always made sense. Now, Ant-Man, him being an Ant-Man is weird. I will admit, like, I did not expect Kang to first, like, officially appear in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, but I'm really interested to see how that kind of leads into the rest of the arc and the saga.
100%. Especially, I'm curious to see if what I think is true is actually happens, and Kang is kind of just like Thanos was in Guardians, but your actual villain is MODOK. I'm curious if
I keep forgetting MODOK's in this movie.
Yeah, right. I definitely.
So I'm curious. I'm curious if that's what happened.
That's why.
No, we haven't. But I think
we saw
that's
that weird shirt though, and we fought about that for 50 minutes.
Yeah. We sure did. But I think that that might be what the swerve is, Trayvon, is like, oh, we're selling Kang, right? And it's like, oh shit. And then it's like, oh, MODOK was the villain. That makes sense. Okay. But Trayvon, how do you feel about Kang now being here and being such a crucial part of this arc that we're in, of the multiverse saga?
I mean, I'm excited for it because I just want to see, based on what we got in Loki, I kind of just want to see what did he mean by, there are ones that are much worse than me. I was like, well, hey, let's meet them. Sounds fun. So then when he said that, I was like, yeah, where they at? Let's see them. So more of you, please.
My goodness.
So yeah, so that was, that was great for me. So as soon as I found out he was in this, when he was cast, and then when he showed up in Loki, I said, oh, he actually showed up. And then he was like, there are more of me, and they're worse. And I said, well, hey, let's get it rolling. So here we are. So
Trayvon, you and Goku would get along very well. Very well. Cell would be like, hey, I got versions of me that are stronger. Trayvon and Goku would be like, bitch, all right, fuck it, show it.
Shinzu Bean.
Like, do it. Like, fuck it, what's up? Do it. I would love to see you and Goku hang out. Just not afraid of nothing. Just fuck it, do it. What's your strongest? I don't give a shit.
Goku's powers, I probably like that too. I'm like, so you got somebody I can fight? Cool.
I can tell you this right now. If I had Goku's powers, my arcs would be 2 episodes long for each arc. Kill that motherfucker at their weakest. Are you serious?
Oh, so you gotta be Black Adam. I get it.
Oh, you goddamn right. You think I'm gonna let you get strong? Hell no.
You should not be done and scared. You
don't watch your goddamn mouth off, Vegeta.
I'm just saying. I know what happened in that movie. Terrible.
Anyway, Kang. What are your thoughts on the question? What are your thoughts on Kang?
I kind of agree with what Mike said. I think it was sort of the natural evolution. You were, after Thanos, you were probably gonna go Kang or Galactus. Really, you should have went Doom, but we haven't gotten even an inkling of that. So it's another story. Of the two, yeah, definitely Kang is probably the next evolution, especially because you were starting to go multiversal.
Right.
And the one thing I do disagree with Mike on is him saying that it was interesting that he's showing up in Ant-Man. we knew the way of the multiverse is all about like the quantum realm and everything with time travel and all of that. So it made sense for me for him to show up there because it's like he was sort of the originator of it in the MCU because he was the one who started off with the quantum realm and that got them to time travel. So it made sense for me for him to show up there.
For what it's worth, I know nothing about the Marvel universe, so I'm not saying you're wrong. But it's like I know the DC multiverse, not the Marvel multiverse.
That's
so
fair. That's fair.
Again, like I always say, Mike, no one can come into the MCU with know-it-all energy because Feige changes so many fucking things. You might feel like you know it all, and then when you sit down and watch the movie or the show, you're just like, this is nothing like what I thought it was gonna be. So to me, in the MCU, there should be no one that feels like they know it all when it comes to the MCU. Because Kevin just changes too much shit. Way too much shit gets altered, changed, reversed, completely removed. So at this point, you're kind of just like everybody else. You're guessing. Like, I think this is going to happen.
Yeah, but you can at least make an educated guess if you know.
Again, I told you. I told so many people what to expect from Shang-Chi. Left that theater and went, that is nothing like what I told them. Like,
you remember I was like, does he have powers? You were like, no, he doesn't have powers.
I'm like, hell no, he doesn't have powers. I left the theater just like, motherfucker, I'm gonna have to say he has powers now. God damn it.
Look, Kevin Feige's like all of us. Ninjas are cool. Magic ninjas are better.
I mean,
so
I guess
we're going
so.
full Naruto now.
I guess so. I hate you, Mike.
Believe it.
But Joel,
ninjas.
You wouldn't call it what?
I wouldn't call them ninjas. Well, yeah, I know what you mean.
It's an oversimplification.
Yeah.
Hi, Joel. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you? I'm here to ruin the day.
All right. No, but Joel, before we move on, I do want to ask you your thoughts on Yahya being officially cast as.
Excuse me, who?
Yahya Abdul-Mateen II.
I thought I heard that.
Don't fucking force me to have to say the whole goddamn thing.
I was very curious. Yeah, I spelled it wrong the whole time. I was very upset with myself. I missed the H. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, yeah. Nope, that's wrong.
No, yeah. No second H.
But what are your thoughts on the casting?
I love it, mainly because I never liked Wonder Man. Like I thought he was the corniest character ever when I was a kid. And I had my faults with a couple characters. That was one of my least favorite. I think not because I knew anything about him or read him and disliked him or anything. Just visually, I never liked the way he looked. I didn't like his name. I was like,
tell us how you really feel.
I was like,
yo, wait, did Joel turn into Riley in that Boondocks episode?
Man.
Fuck your mustache. Fuck where you come from. Like, damn, son. Like, let the man breathe a little bit.
I'm just giving you a background on me with him. We have history.
Gotcha.
So like, but look, I wasn't too high on the Eternals, and they turned me around on the Eternals. So this is, I think, a step in the right direction to me. I like that it's different, that it's going to look different because you probably needed it. And I'm very curious what designs they go with, like clothing wise, and how they explain the ionic powers when they get there. I love the idea of it being some type of act like a satire of like Hollywood. Yeah. That's pretty fun. We haven't seen that yet technically in the MCU, so I expect to be some silliness there. But they can do a lot with this character, and obviously he has history with Wanda and Vision. Will they go there? We'll see. Even though technically that history should have already happened based on everything that's already happened. But
right.
They're going to come back and say it did happen.
That's what we call a retcon, folks.
Right. Wait, hold on, Didge. No, because Kevin's going to hit you with the, you guys don't remember this? And we're gonna go, wait, did that shit happen?
They're gonna show
No,
you.
fuck you, Kevin. Like, no, it didn't. That shit never happened. He's like, no, you guys don't remember that Mysterio was in that Civil War scene? You don't remember that?
They're gonna show you old flashbacks with him just edited in now.
You gotta
It
admit
didn't
that zoom in Civil War or in the Spider-Man movie is so.
Yo,
funny.
who
It's
changed
just
my
like-
name? Whoa, Juwan, don't change my name. I just noticed that. Oh,
Should
No.
have changed it to Melkater.
He said Giannis first of his name, Joel. This is not a sports podcast,
First of
so I
his name. It
changed
probably
it.
is. I never heard that name before. So.
it might
Man,
not be.
I tell you what, there is a village of 90 million Antetokounmpos. He is
Oh.
not first of anything.
Antetokounmpo, it just obviously for more than
Fine, we'll just leave it at praise Giannis.
Giannis. I don't know when Giannis is.
It was, you
Wait.
know, when Drew stole that ball and lobbed it up to Giannis, I had so many happy flashbacks.
Okay,
couple
all right,
days ago.
enough of y'all. Anyway, Joel, the final thing I want to ask.
Knocked
All the
away,
foreign
stolen by
language is being
Holiday.
spoken. So much foreign language. being spoken.
I want to ask you this, Joel, before we move on, because of how much you were not a fan of Wonder Man. How much did this casting matter? Like, if they casted a no name, would that have kind of soured you till you at least saw the trailer?
No, because I trust them. It was fine. I was looking forward to seeing who they were going to cast. I wonder if they were going to stick to what he classically looks like, or they go somewhere else. I just trust MCU to make me like something I didn't like before. So even if I didn't like their interpretation in the comic books, maybe they'll change. And obviously, it's going to be very different. But
Right.
how different, it's really like. If you even like, look, as a person that didn't like Wonder Man, I still expect them to hit certain points to make him remind you of Wonder Man, or else why even call him Wonder Man, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I expect to see something, and I do like this, starting with Yahya and what he brings to the table is obviously he's a good actor, but he's an actor playing an actor who's a superhero actor, so it's gonna be very fun, very meta.
And I will say this before we move on to our next topic. One thing Disney has not thought about that they'll be thinking about within the next year and a half is the massive fucking payroll that your Secret Wars movie will have. That will be one of the largest payrolls in movie history. And I think right now Disney's just like, yeah, you guys, I can't wait for Secret Wars. It's like, all right, you say that. You say that to half your fucking budget is just actors. Just fucking actors.
But
Then
keep
they're
in
gonna
mind,
be like, "I'll go ahead."
no, I'm just gonna
Go
say,
ahead,
keep
Mike.
in mind, all they gotta do is put RDJ and Chris Evans in that trailer. $3 billion in the box office.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you.
I might be a billion.
The nerds themselves will want to
Chris
see what you can do
Alone.
with Secret Wars. The massive audience will only come there for the names. That's why I'm saying that's going to be a massive payload when you get to that movie of all the faces that need to be there. You know what I'm saying? All the faces that need to be there. But all right, let's move on to our next topic. All right, so we got the breaking news that
Yeah.
Henry Cavill. I love that.
It's not a better picture. No.
Yeah,
No, I needed
there's
that
a better one.
Terrible.
That, ooh.
one. I wanted that specific one.
Kalian looks good.
That's my
Um,
least
Don't
favorite
do
thing
that.
about this thing. Like, it's not that terrible, and the fact that everyone picks like the worst fan art they can find. They're like, this is what he's gonna look like. He's gonna look fucking terrible. Look at it.
Well, to be fair, I'm gonna say this.
Liam is beautiful. He'll be fine.
For me, I know a lot of people flipped their shit when this news broke that obviously Henry Cavill after this next season is stepping down. Liam Hemsworth is stepping in.
You were about to say Liam Neeson. It sounded like
I almost did.
That
Yeah.
would have been a much
Bro,
better
I could tell the
voice,
way-
man.
The way you
paused.
No, it wouldn't have. What? No, it wouldn't have.
It would have
Anyway.
been
He is
hilarious.
old.
Anyway, I know a lot of
Never
people.
gonna
I know a lot of people were going completely bonkers. This is ridiculous. How could you? Blah 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 blah.
It was
I
fine.
took it more so for the positive, and the positive of it is that I think a lot of people are forgetting that again. It comes down to: do you love the character or do you love the actor? If you love the actor, guess what? He's not retiring from acting. You can just follow Henry Cavill wherever else he goes. To me, I am a fan of the character, right? And it's like, I don't mind it. Now, I would have been a bigger fan of the concept of you bringing in a new Witcher and just leaving that spot vacant for like doing an event where you could bring Henry back and do something really cool. but you decided to recast, by all means, you do you. But to me, I don't have a problem, and I don't hate Liam Hemsworth for the same reason I don't hate Chris Hemsworth. I hated Chris Hemsworth when he first entered the MCU. It took a while, got used to him, said, you know what? He's really good at specific things, right? And then I saw that action movie he did, and I said, he's really good at a few different things. So to me, I'm willing to give Liam Hemsworth the chance to bring some, to kind of pick up to where Henry left off with this role. And I'm excited to see what he does with it. You know, how he makes it different, how his stature looks, because Henry Cavill's a big motherfucker. So how do you balance that? Where do you find the in the middle of stature-wise going?
No,
He's not
as
He's
big
not.
as Henry,
He's
though.
not. Thank you.
He's
There's a
not.
difference.
It'll
Trayvon.
be okay.
Well, he can bulk up though,
He
and
could.
we've
He's not
seen from his
filming
brother
this.
that
He's
he
a Thor.
really could.
He can. Again, I'm not doubting that. I'm just curious to
It's in his
see
genes.
how close do you get to what Henry Cavill's
He'll be
stature
better.
was.
Henry was a lot bigger than he probably needed to be for that character.
For that role, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Henry kept that Superman body just in case.
Just in case.
He said, "The cape's not the only thing I got on hold.
You never know
This
when the
body's
Rock's
ready."
gonna call, man.
He's like, this body's ready for whatever y'all call. But for me, like I said, I don't hate this. I'm willing to give it a shot to see what it does because I love the show. And I'd much rather you recast it than to say, well, if Henry's not coming back, we're going to cancel the whole show. There's so much more story left to be told. Motherfucker still doesn't have the scar over his eye. You will not cancel this show, so he gets the scar over his eye.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
This star will not
So-
happen.
There's multiple still with the scars, some beard, I know.
Yeah, the beard. Like,
you know.
there's so much more of this character to go. So I'm glad they're willing to continue it. I'm happy. Joel, because I know you're a big Witcher fan, I'll go to you next. Your thoughts on Henry Cavill stepping down, and then your thoughts on the idea of Liam Hemsworth replacing.
Shocked. I was absolutely shocked at the time when I heard it because I was like, "Oh my god, what?" This came out of nowhere, and I was such a good mood for him coming back as Superman. So it's
Right.
like so disappointing to get this news right afterward. I'm like, "What kind of sacrifice did I get into?"
A soul for a soul.
Yeah, and if that was the case, then I'll take it. But at the same time, I was still disappointed. But as
To
a
be
big-
fair, really quickly, because I know a lot of people feel as though that's a definitive reason as to why he's no longer the Witcher. I kind of feel like we got to put less of the ownership on him being Superman and more so on, I guarantee you, when this happened and he was able to come back as Superman, I guarantee you the first thing he said to Netflix is there any way you can hold off while I go do the Superman thing real quick? And then I can come back and do The Witcher. And they were probably like, fuck no.
So
No.
here's
Go
what
ahead,
I
Nick.
think happened. Just off of research and kind of going back, because it doesn't make sense, right? Superman doesn't have a script, so we don't even know when
Right.
that would start. So it doesn't really make
Right.
sense to quit one job before you even know when you're going to start the next one.
Yep.
Right.
But looking back at like some of his interviews, he said that he wants The Witcher to be more faithful to the source material, to the books, to the games. And then we recently had one of the writers saying that they would mock the books and that they didn't enjoy the source material. They wanted to keep changing it. So it could just be creative differences rather than
Could be.
one job
I
resulting
get
in
you.
having to quit.
I get you, but it's like you've come this far and their stance hasn't changed from the beginning to now. You know
Right,
what
but
I'm
in an
saying?
interview, he says he'd be willing to come back for this upcoming season on one condition, and that is from that point forward, they're more faithful to the source material.
But
And
that's
so
why
if
I
he
feel
drew that line in the sand, that's probably
Mhm.
why it's easy for him to step away now.
But that's why I
Especially
feel
now
as
that
though
Superman's
if
back on too.
if
Right.
you're Netflix, where you might have made the mistake is now, and that's why I also think it's really unfortunate for Liam Hemsworth, because no matter what he does, you'll have a fan base that just won't watch it because it's not Henry, right? So it's like if Liam Hemsworth steps in and the ratings go down, they're gonna demolish that poor man. It has nothing to do with him and everything to do with a fandom that just only wants Henry. So that's why I'm saying it just would have been a lot better for you to take the time, reassess, figure out how to keep Henry. And again, to your point, I really do believe that James Gunn and those guys will fast track Superman. I guarantee you, before the end of this year, you'll hear mumblings of a writer, director search, all that. I think that's going to be the James Gunn
But both
Peter
can be
first
true.
movie.
Both can really
I think
be
they're
true.
definitely going to be the first movie. So I think that is going to fast track. So I think it was definitely like, well, now's the time to leave, but I'm willing to stay. And I think Netflix might have shot themselves in the foot. But I'm sorry, Joel, because I heard so many people blaming it on Superman, and I'm like, I don't think it was necessarily that. I don't think it helped. But I don't think he got Superman and said, all right, fuck y'all. I think there was more that went into it.
I think if he could, he probably would have stayed if it really came down to it. But there probably were other factors, like Mike was saying, that probably attributed to it. And that's sad if it's true, because I'm a fan of the game. I don't know the book, so I'm a fan of the games. And if they don't like the games, and I could tell they've definitely made some choices during the show, which I've accepted. But at the same time, I'm like, those games are fucking good, especially the third one.
I thought Henry said this was based off of the book anyway, not the games.
I thought the games
from the start of the show
followed closely of the book.
Some of them do, yeah.
Some of them do. The third one,
okay.
Yeah, there's
to be honest, I never played any of the Witcher games.
Me neither.
Okay.
Oh,
you guys.
Well, I'll say this, Did you should definitely play at least Witcher 3. At least at the minimum, Witcher 3.
And I think they're redoing the first one, right?
So. Yeah, they're supposed to rematch. That's the thing.
The third one, I thought, right?
I'm just gonna wait for that.
They did already, yeah.
I
mean, yeah, that's fine.
They
that's
remastered
fine.
the third one, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine if you want to play the remaster, but the third one you should play.
It's fantastic.
It is amazing.
It's one of the best games I've ever played. I don't say that about
I cannot disagree. Well, you guys know Joel does not believe in hyperbole, so. But no, go ahead and finish up, Joel. I'm sorry.
What do I think about Liam? I think he's one of those guys that just hasn't gotten the right role. I think there's some talent in there. I don't think he's a bad actor by far. I mean, is he the best? Obviously not. But he's a pretty face that just hasn't found the right gig. You know what I mean? He hasn't got a role that he can sink his teeth in that is his. Now, unfortunately, he's taking the place of Henry Cavill in The Witcher. Those are big shoes to fill. But I think if he makes this his own, I think this could work out really well for him, honestly, because he needed something. This could be it.
To me, I think he has to make it his own, and I think what he should look at, I'm saying he should look at like his game tape, but what he should definitely think about is, right, what he should think about is, look at what Mark Ruffalo did. There are no comparisons between what Mark Ruffalo is doing as Bruce Banner and what Edward Norton did as Bruce Banner. There are just no comparisons whatsoever. They brought two different feelings to the role, right? And honestly, the characters feel different from one movie to the next. So for me, I think that's what you should look at when you're trying to bring something different to his version, is try to make the character feel a little different than what it was. Not drastically, just a little different.
Right. You got to keep certain elements from Witcher, but you've also got to make your own. Yeah.
Like, for example, Henry Cavill went to the furthest extreme with his choice of voice for The Witcher. It's very much more so Tom Hardy mumbles. And when you play the game, it's very much like a deep kind of brooding, but it's not like mumbles. But Henry kind of makes it seem like mumbles. So I'm like, you can lighten that up a little bit.
It's like a deep whisper. Whereas in
the
game, he doesn't even have an accent, which bothers the fuck out of me. But that's the only thing I don't like about him. I'm like, why does he sound American? Everyone else has an accent. That bothers me to no end. But,
because he's a Witcher. That's one of his powers.
That's stupid.
But for me, I do think that's one of the things you could change to make him feel a little bit different. But again, I just feel sorry for Liam, because I feel like no matter how good he does or whatever, the scrutiny will just always live there. But Trayvon, I'll go to you next. Your thoughts on the switch up for The Witcher?
The Witch Up.
It was not when that happened. I was surprised, but I was like, "Yeah, makes sense." I'm in the camp fully that he got Superman and said, "Fuck this shit, I'm dead." So like, I feel like he was like, "I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do Sherlock," and until something else comes along. Superman came along. He said, "All right, shit. All right, Netflix. Bye bye. Thank you. Everybody here." take some checks, and I'm back on DC. So yeah, I definitely kept that. He definitely kept that body for a reason. Like he been wild.
Hold on to it.
He was like, hold on, they just got Bart. Hold on now, might come back. What's going on? What's going on over there? Anything? Oh yeah. All right.
He spent a lot of days. He spent a lot of days at the Rock's gym. I can tell you that for sure. He made sure that body was Superman perfection. But what are your thoughts on Liam? Like,
I'm excited for Liam. I mean, I do think it's a lot to it's a lot to fill. A lot of
muscles to fill.
That's the scary part. That's the.
It's not the
scary part for him.
I think
Hey, I like that winner. Okay.
Oh.
I think the way it should be looked at is rather than filling shoes, just creating a new lane for the same character. You're not trying to be what he was. You're trying to be something different. You're just playing the same character he was.
Right.
And to me, it's like when you recast Batman, you don't ever go, hey, do what Michael Keaton did. No, you do something different. Like, you do something different, right? You try to make it your own. So to me, you're not filling shoes. You're creating a new lane.
See, I agree with that if they aren't like you're recasting them in the same.
No. That I definitely get. I definitely get.
So, look, I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. I'm gonna watch. Listen, Henry Cavill's beautiful. Liam's beautiful. Let's get it moving.
What's up? There you go.
Yeah, Trevon's like, hey,
let's do it.
As long as you show ass, I'm good.
Just hit the weight room, baby. That's all.
But to me, Diggs, I pass it to you. I'm always a firm believer of. I'm always against whenever someone says it's going to be really hard to fill those shoes, because to me, it's like people usually reserve that for shoes that are extremely difficult to fill. Right? That's like saying, all right, D'Angelo Russell. You going to the Lakers, when Kobe retires, those some tough shoes to fit. Bitch, he could never be Kobe. Like, why would you even put that in the same conversation? So it's like Liam can't do what Henry Cavill did. Those are shoes he could never fill. Don't even say that. Just say, do justice to the character you're playing. Mm-hmm. That's really it. You don't have to fill the shoes.
Think of Geralt.
Right, that's what you think of.
Yeah, but that's not that's not how people see though.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's unfair. That's unfair. That's how you set somebody up for failure. Is when you go, you'll never be this. Well, of course not.
He has to know that's what he's stepping into though. Like,
of course. But to me, I kind of feel like when you let that kind of circle around in your head, it'll only set you up to fail. Just go in there and do the best job Liam could do. Henry did the best job Henry could do. Now you do the best job Liam could do. That's really all you got to go in there and think.
The only problem I had with this, I think I said this to you, Juwan, in like a message or something. I was like, I don't like that they announced it now, considering we still have another season of Henry to see. And then,
that was the weird part to me too.
To do it. I was like, why would you?
Well, to me, I kind of feel like this was best because if it starts to leak, it's always worse when it leaks. Because then when it leaks, they can create whatever narrative they want. But when you jump out in front and say, hey, this was a decision of mine. This wasn't Superman. I didn't get fired. It wasn't me fighting with the producers or whatever. This is very amicable, right? When you do it that way, narratives can't be created, right?
Yeah.
And what I don't want is a toxic environment that Liam then has to enter. I want it to be, hey, this was all our idea. We planned this. This is something I wanted to do for a while, blah, blah, blah. Liam was the guy we sat down. This is who we chose. To me, I like that a lot more than, this was all of a sudden. This was today. I just decided, fuck it, I'm out. Like, when you allow the narrative to create itself is how you can create a very toxic experience, right? To me, I'd rather you get ahead of it. Create your own narrative. And then look, because here's the thing. We have to believe what they say. We don't know. Netflix is never going to tell you the true story. Neither is Henry. So I'd much rather believe what they say than Hollywood Reporter or Deadline creating a narrative that we'll never know is true or false, because they're always going to say something to make it sound nice, right? So to me, create your own narrative and fuck it. I'll buy it. You said it. That's what it is.
Henry definitely put it out there. I was like, he just did an interview, I think, the day before. Mm-hmm. And it was weird how they were doing the interview, but they waited to talk to the Witcher at the very end. I was like, why aren't y'all talking about that? Like, it's like his biggest role right now. Why aren't you talking about Witcher? And then they wait to the end. I was like, interesting. And then next thing you know, boom. I was like, oh shit, that's fine. He's done. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
you feeling about this? And did you can speak to the comment on the screen also?
Oh, honestly, the comment is right. It is gonna feel weird to see someone else take up the role because it seemed like, and I could just be remembering with rose-colored glasses, that it seemed like he was one of the biggest forces in wanting to get it together.
Mhm.
So,
He's a fan.
for him, yeah, he was definitely a huge fan of it. That was one of the things I think that had drew me in when I first watched it. Was like he's really gonna put everything into it because he really loves this property.
Right.
So that it is going to be weird to see that, but I am definitely gonna, I'm gonna try to watch it with an open mind. I think to what Mike was saying earlier about the writers not really liking the lore of it and really wanting to create their own things. I think both of those things could really be true. I mean, honestly, I think both are true. I think it was he was kind of feeling some type of way because they're really bashing this thing that the lore is built on. And I was telling somebody earlier, because somebody was like, well, that's stupid on his part. He's the actor. He should blah, 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 blah. He should trust the writers. And it's like, well, I'm pretty sure I remember Game of Thrones season 8 where we trusted the writers. So
All right.
I'm gonna say sometimes the writers aren't always right, and especially when there's a built lore that's clearly a success, and you try to go away from it because you feel like you know it all. Maybe you shouldn't do that. And I can fully understand an actor saying, "I don't want to be a part of this anymore." Then,
Right.
Again, to go back to the Game of Thrones thing, we saw during the table reads how pissed every actor essentially was with all of the different things that they had to read. So how do we know that Henry wasn't doing the same thing when he saw that and was just like, nah, I got to get out of this. And then Superman comes back and he's like, well, I'm out of this.
Mhm.
So I think that's all I said.
The
I
final
think
nail
it's
in the
definitely-
coffin.
Yeah, where he's thinking like,
Yeah, don't
I
need
got to
this.
get out of this somehow. And then James Gunn or whoever came along and said, well, guess what's back in motion? And he was like, perfect, I'm done. And I don't know how story-wise you really do the transition. Like I saw someone say they should have just surprised us with it. But I mean, again, it's that toxic environment was going to happen regardless.
Well, remember,
That was
narratively,
surprising.
nothing is changing. He's playing the exact same character.
Right.
You know what I mean? So nothing narratively is
right.
changing. It's
They're
just a
not killing
different
Geralt,
face.
though.
No, but I'm
Right.
saying
It's just a different face.
It's saying still surprised with the new actor. I guess in his point was it wouldn't be that toxic environment. I disagree. Regardless, if he would have left, it was going to be the toxic environment.
100%.
It's just the nature of it. Jamie, she has it interesting about having the son or the protege take over. Now, again, I don't know too much about the lore of The Witcher other than what I've seen in the show, so I don't know if that's something that the fans would have accepted.
Let me just say this. My
Yes,
problem with that is the same problem of people just like, we don't recast certain characters. My problem with that is, guess what? Henry has not completed the full journey as this character. So you're essentially telling all the fans that only know this character, he's gone, done, dead, gone. It's now his son's time. And we're like, whoa, hold on. Why are we being punished? I'd much rather Liam Hemsworth, the ugly Hemsworth, the children Hemsworth. I don't give a fuck. I just want this character to continue. So for me, completely wipe out the character and start a whole new. No, that's why I said I'd much rather you put Geralt to the side and introduce a new character, but not kill him off. I'd be fine if they wanted to do that, but again,
Well, I don't know. Is him saying that he's retired? Is that's essentially saying the same thing what you're saying though? He's off.
No, not retire. You just create a narrative that takes him out of the main focus.
But that's what a retirement would do. Where it's not people retiring. We just saw Tom Brady unretire, man. Come on.
No, but I'm saying he's not retiring. The character is still doing story. It's still doing an arc. It's just not on screen, is what I'm trying to say. But it's not retired. You're just leaving it open, so he's not dead. You can always bring him back.
I think you guys are saying the same thing. You just want a different motive for him. he can
I
sing.
just don't want the character dead. Let me just make that as
nobody
clear as
said
possible.
to-
No, we're
to
saying
kill him, though.
retirement. Like retirement doesn't mean dead. You don't die when you
to
retire.
me, that's dead.
So Michael Jordan's dead.
Jesus.
In basketball terms, I ain't seen him dribble.
Michael
I
Jordan
seen him
retired
dribble not
twice. He should be the
I ain't seen him
embodiment of
dribble not
retirement.
once.
Doesn't mean dead.
No, to me, I don't think you really put him in the tough spot because to me, I think I think to completely throw away the character is an injustice to an arc that just began.
That's the problem. It's
Finish
still
the
early.
arc. Finish the arc.
In the
You gotta
game,
finish the arc.
they're at a point where he basically can retire, and now there is someone that he could technically pass the torch to in the games.
Right.
But we're nowhere near that.
Right. And here's the funny part, Joel. Me and Joel have only played Witcher 3, right, Didge? So all we know is scar on the eye, full beard, right?
Fair.
He's nowhere near that point yet. So I'm like, you're going to kill him before the version we only know. That's the only version we've ever only known.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you have so much more story left to go. So much more story left to go.
Yeah, the Wild Hunt hasn't even begun.
Yeah, so for me, it's just like, continue. Just continue it. But Mike, how are you feeling about this this exchange for actors?
I don't watch the show, so this affects me. This doesn't affect me at all. It's just really weird that we chose Liam Hemsworth for this role.
I will agree that I thought
that's
weird.
a bit strange, but I hope he can step up and make it work. It's gonna be real strange though. I know for sure.
I wish him luck.
I do like it a lot because Joel said something that I want to go back to because it was a great point that I should have attacked when he said it. But the idea is Liam Hemsworth has always seemed like he was one role away from being one role away, right? Like he needed that definitive role. This could be it for him, and this will because to me, Liam Hemsworth is either going to become like his brother or like Sam Worthington, to where you find a way to reinvent your career or you just cease to exist, right? This is your chance, and that's why I said I want to create a smooth transition to give him a fair chance. Because if he's bad, I'll come out and say it's bad. I won't stomach it just for the sake of it. But to me, if I assume he's going to be bad, it just never really gives him that fair shot that I think he deserves. Because, man, when I tell y'all after Thor 2, if y'all told me Chris Hemsworth was recasted, I would have had no problem whatsoever. And I'm glad he wasn't because now it's one of the biggest things of the MCU I love is what he was able to do with Thor. So for me, I'm willing to give a chance, but he's on that path now to where he either become his brother or Sam Worthington. And what you don't want to become is Sam goddamn Worthington. So let's hope he manages. Let's hope he manages to stay out of that. Good.
I didn't like. People look like they're brothers. I get it, but holy shit, I didn't realize until I saw this. Like, God, he looks exactly like his brother.
Yeah.
Like. It was weird because I'm like I wasn't paying attention to anything else, and I'm like, when did Chris Hemsworth cut his hair like that? Oh, that's not him. But like,
no, not him at all. You know the even funnier part about that is that like you assume that with like Hollywood siblings, right?
Yeah.
And then you look at the Skarsgårds,
right?
And
that's
like,
the thing where it's like brothers who don't look alike. like I don't look crazily like my brother, and it's just like. Crap, man! I don't know if it's your dad's genes or if it's your mom's genes, but whoever's genes it is, they were like, "Yeah, this is us."
I tell you what, whoever's genes it was definitely did not apply to the
third
Hemsworth brother. That third Hemsworth brother wakes up every day.
I've never seen the third one actually.
Yeah. He's on.
And you know what's funny?
Westworld.
You know what's funny?
I have seen the third one, Nick. I've seen Westworld.
I'll say this: the funnier part is, I believe the third Hemsworth brother is the better actor out of the three of them. Problem is,
he's the one
when
that
you're
plays
not pretty.
Thor. He's the Thor actor in the Thor movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
The problem he has is when you're not as pretty as the other two, it just doesn't matter.
He's not as tall or as handsome.
Yeah, so
he does look like the more accurate Thor, though. Ironically,
he does. He really does. He really does. All right, let's attack this comment. Not attack. Let's get to this comment, and then we'll move.
How dare you, sir?
I'm so used to listening to talk shows that are like, let's attack this point. But anyway, it would be like what they did with the animated series where the focus was on the mentor instead of Geralt. They could have done that in this instance with Cavill. Again, I still believe that character has just too much left in the tank for me to just go,
The animated movie was pretty cool. I like that.
Animated movie was phenomenal. Yeah. I can't wait to see how else they build with this new show that they're doing.
The new show. I'm very excited for
that. I can't wait to see what they do with that. But all right, let's move on. All right, we got the sad news. Stargirl has indeed been canceled over at the CW. It will end, unfortunately, not in a new season, but it will end with this current season. This really hurts me. This really truly hurts me, mainly because I thought this should be something salvageable for HBO Max. Like HBO Max should just pick this up, pick up Superman and Lois, allow those things to just continue there. But it looks like, and I know a lot of people, even within GVN, don't want to hear this, but it looks like they're cleaning house with these shows. And it looks like maybe what the new priority will be to structure shows that capsulize the movies you're creating, which I don't have a problem with. But since you mentioned the JSA, I still believe you should hold on to this actress for Stargirl. There's just no need to completely let her go from the role completely. I don't believe that. I know they will, so I'm not speaking like I don't know how this world works. I just thought she really brought something to a character. Ask Joelle. We were there at New York Comic Con when they were introducing this show, talking about it, saying what we can expect, and I couldn't care less. I was ready to go to Titans, hear about Titans, talk about Titans, and then I remember watching the first episode, and I was like, I love this show. This is fucking phenomenal. And it's one of the better things CW has aired in the last 2 or 3 years.
I mean, that's not saying much.
It's not, but again, it was. For me, this is very heartbreaking. Let me answer this really quickly. Was that show ever any good? Isn't Stargirl like a C-list? But the problem, well, not the problem. The thing of the CW is
C-list
almost all of the characters were B or C-list outside of the.
Does not make you a bad character, though. It just
not at all.
Not priority.
Some of the best characters in the DC universe are C-list characters.
Right.
Yeah,
I saw this coming, but I'm pretty bummed out at this cancellation. 100%.
It's really sad. I mean, it
it
was originally going to be in Black Adam, like that character.
Right, the character, not the actress. The character, right.
Character, but switch.
Yeah, which we thought was funny because we come out of the Black Adam premiere and she's there, and we're like, it was almost. It was almost. But no.
Before, we got to say goodbye, technically, right? Literally.
Right, yeah. Literally, yeah. We said goodbye. We didn't know that literally be the full goodbye.
And as far as Jawan's concerned, she's dead now.
Right. She's not doing it, so it's over.
Yeah. Stargirl, the character.
You could die tomorrow, nothing would phase me.
But for me, like I said, it just really sucks because the season we're in now is a really, really, really good season. Like, it's really good.
I like where it's going.
Yeah, it's going to great places. And apparently it might even take us to a massive crossover. So for me, it just sucks. But Joelle, what are your thoughts on this being canceled?
I was gonna say, well, what is this game I'm watching right now?
I'm loving it. I didn't like that though.
Wait. This is not a sports podcast, but I just want to throw out there that I will indeed be beating Didge this week.
That's why I didn't like it.
Yes, Didge will have the same record as me at 3-5. And he laughed at me not winning not one game this year. Suck it, Didge. Suck it.
Josh Jacobs is a bum. The whole Vegas Raiders system is bums. All of them.
Why Cincinnati not scored 1 point? This is ridiculous.
I don't care. Anyway, but Joelle, your thoughts on Stargirl being canceled?
Shocked. Okay. No, I mean, it was surprising. I thought maybe to get one more season. I was hoping at least, because I'm like, give it at least an even number. Don't give it 3. It's weird. Right? 4, give me 4, and see what they can Maybe they can end it on. It's something cool or whatever. But I'm so happy that the show existed and it exposed the world to Stargirl and the JSA before even Black Adam did.
Right.
And I think the JSA was the driving point for me for this show, and as it was for Black Adam. Like what drew me in for Stargirl because I heard the JSA was going to be in it. I'm like, oh man, I'm fucking in. I mean, not that I didn't like Stargirl, but I'm like, that's not going to be enough for me to give a fuck. But same thing with Black Adam. I didn't give a fuck about Black Adam. I was really cared about the JSA. And they did. I think both sides did a great job giving us characters that we don't see often enough. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I love Stripe and like Stargirl, and then we got to see Our Man and like because it's really how they're Midnight. What's it? Dr. Midnight 2,
Dr. Midnight,
Wildcat 2. It's
Our
just
Man.
Our Man. It's just all great characters that no one gets to see that much, and they got their time to shine in the show. We finally got to see Jade and Obsidian before they even wear costumes, which is sad. It'd be really cool if they get costumes before the end of the season, but
I hope so. I hope so.
Not banking on it. And they tease Sandman. I was like, oh, that'd be fun if they get to that point, but I doubt it now. And they teased Infinity Inc. because that was best. It was titled Infinity Inc., but it was really introducing us to the villains. I forget that name. Whatever the name of that thing was, but that's what they kind of gave us our first visual into. So that was how it ended. Like that was mid. It's right. It's on hold for now, right? Until December.
Is it? I thought it. No, because December is the finale. December 7th is the last episode. I think it might take a small break, but I think it might just shoot.
That's what I mean. Is it on the break yet or not?
No. They just came off. No, they didn't come off one. No, I don't think it's on the break.
Because part 2 was last week, I think. Yes, that's how. Yeah. So I thought maybe it went into the break, but
let me see. I can tell you now.
But anyway, the point is, I'm excited. I was excited for the show. It was a good show, and I'm sad to see it go. And I can't say I'm surprised, but I am disappointed at the very least.
No, it's not on a break. Episode 9 is this week.
9 already? We're on 9 already? Fuck.
Yep.
How many episodes are there?
Oh, I don't know.
13.
Yeah.
So that means the break's coming soon.
Got like 5 episodes left.
Probably for Thanksgiving.
Probably a small little break.
Yeah, probably holidays.
Yeah.
I will say
a 1 week break.
I actually don't see one. Actually, I don't see a break. I'm just gonna go.
They might not because they said it ends December 7th. So.
Oh yeah, if there's only 5 episodes left, that's about right.
Yeah. Oh damn, man. Fuck.
I will say, as I pass it to you, Trayvon, I will say my first thought when I heard that this was canceled, I got real petty. So when the news came out that this got canceled, I saw so many people like, well, thank God Titans is safe. And I immediately jumped in my petty bag and said, well,
who said that?
That shit's on its way out, my boy. It's on its way out. I can promise you that. But Trayvon, how do you feel about this? Because you actually do enjoy Stargirl, right?
So this season in particular,
okay,
I watched like the first episode and haven't watched anything since. So, but
consistency, I like it.
Wait, you watched the first 4? You said
the first episode of this season, and I didn't watch anything since. So, but see, okay, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to. Sorry, I don't know. Sorry, but I didn't like the first episode of the season. I was like, okay, what is this? I don't care. So I just stopped watching. But so, and I was like, other stuff to watch. I had other stuff I could watch. I was like, I'm just gonna go to that.
Oh,
so sorry, but so this canceling, not surprised at all. I was hoping, like you were saying, that it would get moved to HBO Max. This is honestly, when I first heard it, I was like, so what's gonna happen with Superman and Lois? That was my first thought, honestly. I felt bad for them, but my first thought was Superman
hold
and
your
Lois.
breath. That's all I'm saying.
See, that show gave me more problems because they had a recast of one of the sons. So it's like that's not a good thing to happen.
No, like I will say this though. Because they're in the middle of filming, right? So to me, I kind of feel like if you're gonna cancel a show, right? And sometimes you don't know it, right? Sometimes it is spontaneous, like, oh, we have to. But to me, if you have an inkling, to me, I'd much rather you do it when they're in the process of creating the script for the final season, because then you can give the showrunners abilities to just go balls to the wall, right? Because
What
you're not
show
worrying
just
That's what I'm
about.
about to say. Did you see her?
Some show just did that.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Stargirl did that.
Okay.
Yeah, she said
Okay.
in her caption on Instagram.
What happened? What
She
happened?
said that he planned it. Jeff Johns planned it.
Okay.
He had
I was gonna say,
Oh,
I
he
could have
knew.
sworn I just heard
there's
something.
two different endings.
Yeah.
he had-
Oh, he did just in
yeah,
case. Oh,
yeah.
so that's
Okay.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's gonna
Wait,
get
wait,
a
wait.
proper conclusion.
So wait.
Stargirl.
So he said just in case. That's what she said.
yeah,
So-
yeah.
Basically, word was going around at Warner Brothers that the show might get canceled. So
Mhm.
they prepared for that, and they wrote the finale as if it was going to be a season finale, a
Gotcha.
series finale.
Got you.
It had I assume it still had like a door open if they were able to get another season, but they kind of had a feeling that this might be the last one, so they kind of wrote it off as
So-
a good closing.
I'm trying to see if
It-
she said
it
they had
makes
two different
sense.
endings. Let me see.
It makes sense as to why it was reported we were getting this massive crossover between three shows we don't plan on seeing much
Right.
of going forward. So it's a proper send off, right? Like let them meet and then boom, never again.
Yeah.
You're gone.
Yeah, well, that's
Um,
why they're doing it because they're like, oh, we're gonna
Right.
end it. We got to do this before it ends, right?
Right. Let's do it with a bang, right?
This is all to
Let's
get
do it with a
Cyborg
bang.
to meet the Titans. They're gonna do this.
That's
giant
really
movie.
all it is. And you know what sucks about that?
It should've
I
been done from
guarantee
the
you
beginning.
that will be one of the best moments out of anything either of those two shows have ever given. It's when those two meet. But yeah, Trayvon, did you want to finish up before I pass it to Didge?
Yes, she said it shot two endings.
They shot two endings.
That's what she said. Yeah.
Shot two
Okay.
ending.
In her caption. Yeah.
I wonder.
Oh wait, so Trayvon, are you saying that people will be asking for the Jeff Johns cut when this is all over? Is that what you're
Oh,
saying? We're
I
gonna
hate
get
Jeff- I hate
release
Jeff
the
Johns.
Jeff
That's what
Johns cut?
I
You hate Jeff John. What he do to you?
I have reasons.
You have reasons? Did he
I'm
touch you?
I'm siding.
I
I'm
know,
si-
no, I know
I'm
the
siding
reasons.
with an
I know
actor.
the reasons. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's Ray
so,
Fisher.
yeah.
I know. Okay.
So
Oh,
yeah,
he touched you.
move on.
I feel like Jeff Johns should be fired. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm, this is his character, so whatever. I know he made this character.
Right.
So, yes, I'm excited to see what they do with it. I will finish the show. I will, now that I know the ending. Sadly, I will binge it probably when it's done. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she was great. So I hope she gets something up soon and she doesn't get discouraged or anything like that. So, best of luck to her and all of them. Actually, all of them were fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. That whole
I
cast.
just did like the story at the start of the season, but we'll see. You guys there is good, so maybe I'll go back. I'm sure I'll go back.
I'm not arguing, but to say you didn't like the story after one episode is wild. You didn't even let it develop yet.
I got so much other content, man. Like
No. Saying
know.
that is fine. Saying that you'd rather watch other things, that's fine. I'm not here to argue that. But saying you didn't like the story, you didn't even let it progress yet. It's just one episode.
It was previously on Stargirl for like most.
That's
of the
pretty
entire
much what
episode.
it was.
No, it wasn't. They showed something that happened. I was like,
It legit spent a full episode setting up what the season would be about. And Trayvon's like, I don't like that. It's like, well, damn, we didn't even show you half of what to expect yet. I'm not waiting for it. Yeah, fuck off. But to pass it to you, I don't think you've ever watched Stargirl.
You are correct.
Yeah, okay. I didn't think so.
But
I'll structure the question like this: did you see this cancellation coming?
yeah, I did see it coming. It's like I was telling you guys in the group chat earlier. I think when the CW said that they think that their target market is in their 50s, that coupled with everything that DC is trying to do with sort of condensing everything.
Weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Can I say something that's hilarious about that comment, Didge? If you thought your target audience was 50, right? You allowed Supernatural to go 500 seasons. Is that
so
something
weird.
you thought 50-year-olds were watching?
It's so
Like,
weird, isn't it? You didn't.
like,
When I saw that, I was like, "There's no way this is true."
No, Arrow
Like,
went
there's-
8 seasons.
No, I'm just
Flash
saying,
went 8 or 9.
even them
You thought your
thinking
demographic was 50?
Vampire
like,
Diaries,
there's no-
original.
It
No.
was so weird. Well, remember, they also just got bought. So remember, that is
Right.
also true.
They did.
Yeah, they
but I
did.
still
So-
don't believe
I don't know what kind of research that new company was doing, because that's when it all came out. Is the new whatever the new company is? They thought it was, like I said, in the 50s, and I was just like, I don't know who you had
but
doing your market research.
To
because-
say that 50 was your target, I can say this right now. I live in a house with aunts that are 50. You know what they watch every day? Hallmark. Like that's
Right.
that's
Yeah.
somebody that can
That
say,
is
yeah, my
true.
target audience is
Yeah.
50.
Right.
that
makes
age
sense.
group, women, they love Hallmark Channel.
They love
Right.
Hallmark.
Right.
But you
So,
telling
like,
me CW is what 50-year-olds are? I got to get my porridge and sit down and watch
watch
fucking CW.
Riverdale?
For what it's worth.
Maybe they're
What?
excited for the parents on Riverdale. I don't know.
Yeah, for what it's worth. One, how many teenagers and 20-year-olds are even watching cable or watching basic
And that's what I think
television
it
anyway?
is. But I think it's that, like to Mike's point, it's people getting there using their parents' login. So the demographics show that, yeah, it's yeah, you're watching it and you're 20 to 24, 20 to 30, whatever, but you're using their cable login or whatever.
Well, then
So it
I would
shows
need
them
to,
as a 50-year-old.
I would need to backtrack that because the CW app is not something that's been around since the CW. It's been around for
Yeah,
like
it's
maybe
also
5
true.
years.
It's
So
a-
it's like
nah.
It's been around since about 7 because I watched Arrow season 2 on there.
on the
It's
CW
not
app.
Yeah.
Oh
What?
wow.
Terrible app,
Trust
by the
me,
way.
it wasn't the smartest thing to say for them to put like that. But
Yes.
funny.
Ariana Grande, man.
Travis
But-
Scott. I'm only here for Travis Scott. But go ahead, Dij. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say, but that news coupled with, like I said, knowing that DC is sort of trying to revamp everything, I felt like the writing on the wall was for that. I think Superman and Lois might be on its way out.
No.
I think it's one of those
Maybe
things
one more
where
season.
maybe one more season,
No, you know
Yes, we know what the one more season is. The one that they're filming. That's
Right.
That's the one more.
Superman and Lois on the way out. As soon as they said they were on a separate Earth, I was almost done at that point. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, "What the hell are y'all talking
Well,
about?"
I'm.
Like,
You know what? I'm with Trayvon because they pulled some Doom Patrol shit when Doom Patrol was like, "Hey, Titans isn't in our world." Bitch, we saw Beast Boy
talking to
interacting with
Like,
the Doom Patrol.
no.
Yeah, but that was their universe is Doom
No.
Patrol. We're a different. It's like no. If I have to think that hard,
no.
you're in the same universe. Fuck it.
Right.
I don't give a fuck. Like,
No.
I don't care. I'm sorry. No. I don't like
Diggle was
that.
in the whole damn season. No,
Yeah, that's
It
why
was
when
a
Joel
different
said,
Diggle,
J-
man. That's why
Because
he denied the ring.
because
no.
wait, Dij and Mike, you guys weren't here last week. Joel was like, screaming at me like, Joanne,
No.
they said it, and I'm like, I saw Diggle.
They
It's a
absolutely said
different
it.
Earth
They
Diggle.
absolutely
I'm
said
like,
it.
what the
And I
fuck?
said, "What
What?
the hell's going on?"
I'm like, what?
I said, "Y'all just sound your cancellation."
Yeah, I'm like, hell yeah, y'all feeling your way out.
They
Right
had
there.
to say it because think about like the first episode. Spoilers, I guess, for the first episode of Superman and Lois. But when Kara's not at that funeral, I'm like, something's wrong here. Where's Melissa Benoist? Why is she not at my?
that's very true. That was very interesting.
That pissed me off the entire season until they
It's
said
funny.
different. Or like,
When the
okay, maybe
kids
she doesn't.
It's
shot up
funny.
15 years,
I was about to say that. No. Time out. Joel, Trayvon skipped a step.
Shit.
Not that the kids aged up.
But there's
She
two
had
of them.
one
Yeah,
kid.
there's two of them. That's not gonna lie.
And
That
then
also
we
threw
go, and
me
it's
off.
like there's two, and they're,
Well,
and they're
that's how
grown.
Crisis ends. What that they mentioned the two kids and like
Yeah.
they're bullies. I'm like,
Did they
that's
mention
how
that in
Crisis ends.
Crisis? I don't
Right.
remember
They
mentioning it.
They
Yeah.
mentioned
They
the
said
They
kids,
did, okay.
Yeah.
but they don't.
Even
But
if-
they make it seem like it's the same fucking world. So like,
Right.
well, you know what? Because they didn't know at the time that they were going to separate it. But
Yeah,
that tells you that the universe was done is when they separated.
Right.
Well,
Larry,
that's a Flash.
we
period.
don't want to touch you, right? We don't want to touch
It
any.
ain't-
You don't
But we
want to
gonna
have
bring-
to do
but we
that
gonna bring
yearly
Diggle in.
crossover thing.
But Diggle be in there every week though.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diggle will be. And wait, time out. That's not what even made it worse, Trayvon. Diggle appeared on Superman and Lois while he was appearing on the other shows that
Yes.
are canon to each other.
Exactly.
So it's just like, well,
because they didn't
What?
know that they were.
And they
gonna
were talking
separate
to
it
him
for the
like
last
he
one.
was that Diggle. So I was like, "Ain't no
right,
way.
right,
You're
right.
not playing with me."
Yeah,
Like,
that was
no
that
way.
was
It's a parallel universe. It's
No.
slightly different. Kara
Right.
doesn't exist here. That's it. That's the only change.
Diggle. Last time I checked, Diggle had the power to jump through portals to different universes. I don't know what's going on. So I was
yeah,
like,
that
"No."
You
yeah,
missed
man,
that
I was just
episode,
this is
clearly.
weird. Yeah,
You know,
this- he's
Argus
doing some
got a lot of
shit.
weird tech.
Sure, but no. Cancel shit. That shit pissed me off. I was like, "No,
Yeah.
cancel the damn show."
I'm with you there. Trayvon. I was very upset. I was not happy to find him. When Joel said that, he fucking spoiled Santa Claus for me last week. Like they said it, Joanne. I'm like, nah, I didn't hear it.
And it
I didn't
did.
fucking hear it.
Oh.
I rewound that shit and listened to it again. I said, "What the hell that said?" I said, "Hell no! What the hell's wrong with the show?"
Did you have anything else to add, Didge?
Yeah, just the only other thing was, yeah, even though I didn't watch the show, the lead actress, she was in one of my it's definitely a guilty pleasure movie, 47 Meters Down Uncaged. So I really like that movie. It's not a great movie
I don't
by
know
any
what you're talking
means.
about.
What?
It's so have you seen the movie 47 Meters Down where
Yeah.
they're stuck in the shark cage? It's literally the sequel to that.
Oh.
Is that like
And
straight to video?
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie, I saw it on Amazon Prime. So
You paid?
That's
but
what
it
I'm
was-
saying.
it was good. Well, in my opinion, it was good. Objectively, it wasn't the greatest movie.
Obviously. But it hit the right marks for you.
Yeah, I always like a good shark movie. Hilarious enough, it also has Jamie Foxx's daughter in it.
Okay.
But yeah, after watching that, I was like, what? I'd like to see her win. Continue to win in Hollywood, and so it does suck for that. Like that, her show's getting canceled.
Sort of.
Oh, they absolutely did this shit. They said they did this. They said, oh, they're all together now.
No,
Like
no.
Lightning, Arrow, everybody together.
Yeah.
But to be fair,
Everybody
right
together.
after they all got together, stuff started dropping like flies because stuff started getting canceled like that next season.
Yeah, that was pretty much the finale to the universe.
I never got my Green Arrow and the Canaries spinoff.
That
so,
shit was, I was so happy that didn't get picked up. I was
That
That was-
backdoor pilot, whatever the hell they tried
oh,
to do.
that was
Woo,
bad. Don't do that.
woo.
Bad.
And that pain, what was it, a painkiller? Woo.
Oh, that too. Woo.
No,
The
this
fuck?
was terrible.
No, you spend all of the final season of Arrow setting that thing up. I wanted to at least
Sure
see
did.
if it was gonna work. Didn't even get that far.
It didn't. Yeah, it
I was
didn't
like,
work.
end it there.
It
Say-
didn't work. It didn't work. They
Oh,
showed
so
it to test audiences that you know what happened? You know how they're saying that Terrifier 2 made people pass out and throw up? Well, Green Arrow and the Canaries did it first.
Mhm.
People saw they were passing out, throwing up. Like, what the fuck? I'd rather another season of Arrow as a ghost than to watch this shit.
Look,
Okay? So I'm glad it got
I
scrapped.
was very happy.
Black Lightning. They instead of giving me a Static Shock spinoff, they gave me a painkiller one. I wanted to smack them.
No,
Okay.
they didn't give you a painkiller one. Because
Yeah.
again, they
Give you a
gave it to
backdoor
test
pilot.
audiences, and test audiences said, hell no. Hell no.
I was like, how can he possibly have a whole show? How?
Yeah, they were
CW would
trying.
try.
Yeah,
CW was
they
gonna
were
try. They were gonna try. And to your comment, chips and sticks. I in my mind, I don't even know what Didge said. So I don't even know what reaction you're referring to.
You
Those
didn't like
words
47
didn't
Meters Down Uncaged? It wasn't the greatest movie.
Why did you
It's
repeat
the
it?
whole day for me.
It's the whole time.
Because
Why
there's
did
two
you
of
repeat
them.
it?
There's two of them. You
It's
got
so funny.
47 Meters Down. I also really like that movie too.
Here you go, say
But
it
then
again.
also
Wait,
47
wait.
Meters Down Uncaged.
Wait, was 47 Meters Down with Ryan Reynolds' wife, Blake Lively?
47 Meters Down. That was the one with
She did have a sharp move, but I don't think it was
No, it wasn't that one.
Oh,
47
then
Meters
hell no.
Down. That's the one that was one that had Mandy Moore in it.
Oh,
Oh.
wait. Your one was with Jamie Foxx's daughter. Fuck no, I didn't see that shit, Didge. Are you serious?
He
Oh,
literally
my
said that
God.
like
I
5
did say
minutes
that.
ago.
I had my headphones off. After he said 47 meters down, up, left, and right, I took these shits off. I said, I can't do this. But Mike, end this off on this topic, man. This Stargirl cancellation. Are you upset by that at all? Did you even watch Stargirl?
Of course I'm upset by this. Like, everybody's acting like DC's in a terrible spot. I was getting a lot of good stuff out of the current situation. It wasn't perfect, but Stargirl is great. Superman and Lois is great. And it's like, you got to just rip that away from me. And I'm at least happy that they were at least aware enough to give it a proper send-off, apparently, this season. So that's nice. It doesn't just end on like some random cliffhanger. But yeah, it sucks. But it is what it is. The Milwaukee Bucks are undefeated. I'm happy.
There we go.
What the
Also, by the way, that movie's called The Shallows, the one that you're talking about. I also saw that movie.
And that movie was, you know what was way better than 40 meters down, up, left,
47
and right?
meters.
Whatever. Okay. You know what was better than that? Crawl. And that movie was the hottest piece of shit I've ever seen in my life.
I also
The
like
hottest
The
piece of
Shallows. I also just really like shark movies.
Oh, okay. All right.
Everybody got this
I
shit.
give that to you.
I
I
get
give
it.
that to
It's all
you. I give
good.
that to you. I give shark movies to you. I thought you were just singling out you enjoyed that movie, and that I can't accept.
No, I just really like shark movies. Like,
Lead it that next time, man.
Yes, please do. Please do.
Went to the
To be
case
fair,
twice.
they did not. It was a whole separate group of people.
Nah, there were two. There were two.
47 meters into
There
the
we go.
trash.
Look, there were two, just like they did. they did Deeper Blue Sea after Deep Blue Sea. That might have been a porn. I don't know. Anyway,
That
all
definitely.
right, let's move on.
I've never heard that movie.
Let's move on. Apparently, and this is some comedy.
This
for
is
you
a
guys
lot
on
of
this
words
Halloween.
scrolling down here.
It is. It is.
Man.
But I needed the whole thing because I didn't want to have to keep looking at my phone. David Zavala reportedly
Slash
asked Kevin
Slash
Feige.
Damn it, it's
Slasher.
very easy.
Ash slinging
Slasher.
slasher.
Why can't I
Slasher.
say Zagazal? Why can't I say Zagazal?
Slasher.
Why can't I
This is
say that?
Slasher.
Okay.
He reportedly
David
asked
Slasher.
Kevin Feige to run DC Studios before choosing James Gunn and Peter Safran. Kevin politely declined.
I think this is no shocker to anyone.
Why is that funny?
It's funny because it's like, well, what did you think his answer would be?
Well, you still ask.
No, you don't
I
still
appreciate
ask.
it.
What?
Yes, you do. Why
Yes,
not?
yeah, you definitely.
No,
do.
you don't
shoot
still
yours,
ask.
You shoot your shot. Why not?
Yeah, what do you
Hell
mean?
He
no.
is running Marvel Studios.
Bruh,
No,
he just
that's
said
not
he
his
just
problem.
said like
That's
2
not
days ago.
Zaslav's problem. He's
He
gonna
just
ask
said
anyway.
2 days ago, I just went to a retreat where we planned out the next decade. Where
Right,
in that
so
do
it's
you
already
think he has
planned. So
free
if he's
time to
already
do
done,
The
that?
plan's already there.
He got a decade
No,
off,
he
man.
said we going to plan it. Hell no, man. No. Kevin Feige wasn't taking that shit.
I mean, yeah,
Um,
he could laugh at it, but Zaslav.
I mean, yeah, I get
Why?
it from
Why?
his
I
end.
wouldn't
Like, fuck
blame him
it.
for that.
I don't.
I commend
get
him.
it.
Good for
I don't
him.
get
I'm
it.
with you, Trevor.
Aim high, motherfucker, and he did.
Yeah,
No.
you know, if you think he's
That-
right for the
that's
role,
aiming-
you ask him. If he
Right.
takes it,
I
great.
don't know what
I
kind
don't
of aim
see
that
that.
is.
Like I said, that's the problem with this world, making people believe that they could do things they just can't. Okay,
Well,
that's
I mean,
the problem.
What was the harm of him
That's the
asking?
problem.
Yeah,
Because I'm laughing at it. That's the harm. I know now, and now I can laugh at it. That's the harm. Okay, that's the goddamn harm. Bruh, he made an appearance in She-Hulk, basically confirming everything we already know about. Yeah, Kevin Feige wasn't leaving Marvel. If that motherfucker wouldn't leave for Star Wars, he ain't leaving for Marvel.
It's
He
worth
ain't
it.
leaving
I
for
mean,
DC.
it's worth a
True.
shot though, because think about it. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, it's not done, but like you can't top Endgame.
Yes, the fuck you
the
can.
DC Universe is
What?
a new
Wait,
challenge.
wait.
for it.
X-Men
No.
are coming. Galactus
What are you
are
talking
coming,
about? You
Fantastic
can't
Four
top
are
Endgame.
coming.
I mean, it's one
What?
of the biggest films of all time. Like,
And you
as-
think Secret Wars won't be even bigger?
I'm not talking about box office or anything. I'm talking about creatively as a challenge for Kevin Feige. The DC universe might be tempting. That's all I'm saying.
This ass whooping going on.
No, hell no.
It might
That's
be.
like
He's
hell
not
no.
wrong.
That's
It
like
could've been
somebody asking you to dig through the garbage and find $1 million. Like that shit.
If you
that
think
shit
the
is
Trinity are
different.
garbage, that's a different conversation.
I don't think the Trinity are garbage. I think the Trinity are everything. I think Kevin Feige could easily make gold out of the shit that they're swimming in over there. But I also just think realistically, why would you think he would? I just you know what happened? You know what happened? I'm sorry. Let me take all that back. David must have read that report that said Kevin Feige was thinking of leaving for DC right around when Marvel and Disney were doing that bullshit with Perlmutter. That must have been what David saw. Didn't realize the date of when that article was released and thought, oh, fuck, let me call him. He might be up for this. Nah, homie, that was forever ago. We doing the bigger and better things
Still
now. man.
ass.
Bigger
I
and
think
better things now.
That is a.
That's-
I just don't see
Still
it.
ass.
Star
Star Wars tried it and got a no. So it's just like,
Yeah,
come on,
but
just
you-
keep
but-
up.
But the thing is,
Still,
you might get a
still
no,
ass.
but it doesn't hurt you to be like, yo,
Yeah.
can we
Still
lure
ass.
you away? Because
No.
if the situation, if you can't say you're only looking at it this way because he said no. If we would have got the news that he is leaving for DC, you'd be like, yo, still in the century. Oh my god, it was a such and
That'd
such.
be
It's like,
fucking insane. Yeah.
it
No,
would've been-
I would have thought he definitely put roofies or something in Feige's drink when he said yes and signed that shit. No way he openly said yes. That they just released a report a month ago saying that he was feeling overwhelmed. You're talking about starting from the ground up,
I
and
didn't
that's
see that
not more
report.
work.
You
That's
talking about
not
going over
more
there
work.
and fixing all of
Yeah,
that?
you gotta
I
fix
mean,
the shit.
If his
No,
fix
no.
could have just been reboot.
Right.
That's the thing. Like, if
Hey,
he
you
has
think
full
that's a simple solve?
No.
I mean, making a Batman movie,
That's a lot of
a
casting.
Superman movie, and a Wonder Woman movie is not going to be that hard for Kevin Feige. We're not asking him to make 40 projects
Right,
a year
think
like he
about
is
it.
at Marvel.
It's not. But you're saying that as if
Yeah,
just
it's much
creating a
smaller
good
with DC,
Batman, Superman,
actually.
and Wonder Woman movie solves all the problems that they created. It doesn't. That's a gradual, slow burn before you get to where you need that company to be. And that's why I'm saying he's in the middle of finishing off what we think the MCU will be in the next 10 years. And they were saying that he felt overworked. And you're talking about now building it from the ground up? Fuck no. It was easy to do that with the MCU because there were no expectations. You're talking about Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. Nah, man. Nah, no fucking way.
He'd cement his legacy as the GOAT if he did it,
No
though.
way.
That's my point.
And I
That's
will
what we're
say-
considering.
I will say the one good thing that came out of this is I now know why James Gunn was selected. Kevin definitely said, I will not fucking do that. But I know somebody that would be perfect for
Well,
this.
apparently they
Call
wanted.
James.
It was Safran who they really wanted first, and it was Safran that mentioned bringing in Gunn with him.
That makes all the sense. He was like, I don't know anything about these characters.
Well,
I
he
know
probably has an
Killing
idea.
folks again.
He's
like,
around,
not just
but
me.
yeah.
Yeah, not just me. You
But
can't
he's
just
not the guy that Gunn is when it comes to this shit for sure.
Not at all. Which is why I said it's perfect because he is just like I only care about the numbers. That's the only reason I'm here. James is all
I doubt it's only about the numbers, but that's his.
man. Peter
special.
is like I don't know who the fuck a Stargirl is. Will it make money? All right, let's do it. Fuck it. That's really all that motherfucker is. But all right, so you guys all unequivocally agree. You shoot your shot. You were fine with him shooting your shot. You
Yeah, I
said
don't-
no. It's all to be expected.
I honestly want to see what Kevin like expression was when he saw the email. But I just want to know.
That was definitely not an email. That was definitely
whatever.
let's do
Phone call.
lunch. No,
Right.
let's do lunch.
It might be.
And let me
It might
tell
even be.
you.
Let's go to dinner.
I would have been
Let's head
like,
to Soho House.
I was like, what we going to lunch for? Nah, bro. Nah, I know you're not about to ask what I think you're about to ask me. Nah, bro.
He said, bro, Kathleen Kennedy just did the same thing a few years ago. Hell nah, this shit don't work on me, dog.
If
Hell.
Disney could make me go to another Disney property, I don't think I'm coming over there, buddy.
So
Like,
I want to pivot the question a little bit, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we had the report that James Gunn and Peter Safran are now in charge of DC films,
mhm.
but they're under like James Gunn specifically is under contract for 4 years.
Mhm.
What do we think that they can accomplish in 4 years? And if things don't go well, do we just think he bounces after that contract's up?
Yeah.
No, I think what
Don't
James
go away.
did was I think James said to himself, hey, if by chance this doesn't work with David, like he doesn't let me be as free creatively as he promised,
I think that's what it is.
I don't want to be locked in long term where everyone can just shit down my throat about what happened here, right? So I think it's more so just like, and look, I'm gonna be dead honest with you. I think James Gunn is pulling the fucking Josh McDaniels, right? He's keeping his options open. He's like, Kevin might be overworked one day. I might be able to take that over.
Oh, hell no.
Like,
No.
let me keep my options
That's a
open. My bad.
wild.
Be
That's
able
a
to come
wild
home.
allegation.
That's
Come home,
worse than
take over.
Zaslav
Hell
calling Kevin
no.
Feige.
That's
Yeah.
a
No,
wild
it's not.
allegation.
Kevin would pass that
Hell
shit
no.
right on to James. You take this shit.
No.
Dog. You take it, doggy.
Mm-mm.
What was I gonna say? What do you say? David got on one knee for that proposal. You damn straight. He brought out all the
And
big
got
guns.
embarrassed. Yeah.
You know, The Rock was there. You know, Henry was there. You know,
I
the
don't
whole
see
nine
how
was
it's
there.
embarrassing
I don't know.
asking.
Yeah, I don't know how that's embarrassing. Either.
I was talking about if he. I was going.
Oh
off the
yeah,
idea
no,
of
for the money on the
proposal.
proposal, that'd be
Yeah,
wild.
if you
No, that'd be
propose
wild.
it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, no, that'd be
I would
wild.
do
Yeah, no,
He's got the
yes,
little
I do
flash
agree
ring.
Ain't
with
nobody
you.
fucking get on one knee.
Yeah, no, I agree with you then.
I
Yeah,
was being
that's
funny.
mad embarrassing.
Hey, to be fair, as much as we joking, that might have been what it took. That might have been. DC is the Titanic of our generation.
Well,
No,
fuck
I
no.
think
No.
I think you could. I
It's
think
kinda
they've
bad.
ruined themselves in these past years to believe that, but no, it's very fixable. It's very fixable. You just got to be on one page, one common.
I hope they. I just wonder like what kind of because James Gunn likes to talk on on Twitter. Like
Mhm.
if things don't go right, James Gunn might start talking on Twitter. But like
But I like
it wasn't
that.
my
I
fault.
like that.
Shit. It wasn't my
I
fucking
like
fault.
that.
Like,
That's what I like. I don't like
directors.
directors. I don't like directors that take one for the team, especially when the team don't give a fuck about you. They'll throw you under the bus in a minute. I like when directors go, that was not what the fuck I put out. That's why I love the Morbius director, where he was just like, I directed a movie. I don't know what the fuck that was, y'all saw. I don't know what happened there. But I directed a movie, so that's all I'm saying. I like that kind of energy.
Can
He
y'all
didn't take
believe
credit for the
Morbius
post-credit
came out
scene.
this year?
Morbius did come out.
I
It
had
feels like
fun.
it came out
I
2
had
years
fun
ago.
with it.
I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it at all.
I didn't hate
And you
it.
know what's wild? I didn't even hate the end credit scene.
Oh, I hated the fucking end.
God.
I didn't even hate the end
that-
credit scene.
that-
I had the most fun with the end
That
credit scene.
almost ruined
embarrassing.
the whole movie.
I had the
did.
most fun with
It
that. I
really
had
It
the
was
did.
most
that
fun with that.
bad.
I think
I
I
had
tweeted
so
about it. I
much
think we
fun.
talked about it on Twitter that night. I was like,
It was
this
that
shit,
bad.
what
They
the
were-
hell?
Those credit scenes are the worst.
So the
Can you
fun for
explain
me.
any of it? If you like it, it's because you can explain it. I'm assuming.
Wait, no,
How can you like it then?
I tapped into
I think he likes
Trayvon.
the
I
chaos.
enjoyed the pure chaos of everything I saw in that
You
end
didn't
credit
like it. You just
scene.
enjoyed
No, I did like
seeing
it.
everyone
I
react to it.
No, I liked watching it and then going, somebody sat down, wrote this, and said, this shit is hitting. Put it out. I just would like to get inside the mind of somebody that said, there's no connection here, but they'll understand it. Because we definitely left that theater going,
It made
Huh?
no sense. It made no sense.
like, what were you
That
aiming
made no
for
sense.
here? Like, what did, I don't
I was
I'm
that
very
little girl
confused.
meme, like with the she's like, this.
Like-
I was like,
All right, let's move on. Did you're gonna like this one? I'm gonna start off with you on this one. So, Black Adam has crossed the $250 million mark worldwide. My question to start with you, Didge, is: can you officially call this a success with that box office?
In 2 weeks,
In 2 weeks, yeah, I think so.
Okay.
it's good enough, but not great.
Because you're looking at basically about what 125 a week, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's because I guess the only thing you'd have to look at is what is the drop off from week 1 to week 2. Now I
hasn't
don't
opened everywhere yet.
Like
either.
59%.
To be
Hasn't
fair,
opened
it
in China
won't,
yet.
if we're being completely honest, it won't face a massive drop off till next week.
right.
After next week, it'll cease to exist.
Yeah,
Like
it
that's
might-
when you'll
it
start
might- it
hearing
might
about it
win
drop
this
on
week.
HBO Max. But for me, there's nothing that's coming out this weekend that I think is because if it didn't work last
One Piece
last
comes
weekend,
out this weekend.
that's a
That
very
will be-
niche
and that
market.
will be their season.
That is
That
a
is
very niche market.
super
That is
niche.
not a massive market for Black Adam to fear
mean,
to fear at all.
If it loses to One Piece this week, that would be sad for Black.
I know.
I was about to say, if it loses to One Piece, people definitely are going to start saying to themselves, wait a minute. No, this isn't Black Panther.
Yeah, fuck.
This is Black Adam. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not going to see that shit. Like, I thought it was Black Panther. But for me, the reason why I wanted to ask you this, Didge, is obviously we had the last show we did together where it was a big deal made about how much money movies need to make, how much money this needed to make, and whatnot. For me, I look at this as a win. But what I think hurt this box office a little bit is I think a lot of the people that weren't really sure if they wanted to see this movie, when the entire world made it known what that end credit scene was, I think it validated people to not needing to go see it. Because once they knew that, well, that was it. Was he in the movie? In the movie? No? He's just the end credit scene? Well, fuck it. I know it now. Like,
Fair.
I need to go see it.
I even
So I
tweeted
think that hurt
remember?
Yeah, no, you absolutely did. You absolutely did. But that's what I think hurt it in a weird way. Is that for a lot of people, it was that they were looking for, and when they found out it was just the end credit scene, oh, just fucking need to go. Like, I didn't care about this movie to begin with. So Didge, your thoughts on that, and then I'll pass it to you, Mike. But Didge, your thoughts on that?
So the way I look at Black Adam, I would compare it more to Shazam. I guess is the just
Yeah.
obvious. I feel like it's the obvious,
That's fair.
and I think
Shazam!
it's out tracking Shazam if we're looking at it week to week.
Mhm.
And so I think with everything we know from the disarray that DC is in currently,
Right.
and comparing it to the star power of The Rock,
Mm-hmm.
I think for where it stands right now, I would say it's been a success so far. Now, if this is the end of it and it peters out at 350 or whatever, then you can start to question it a little bit more. But to somebody who would try to say like right now it's not a success, I think I remember seeing an article saying it was like the fastest DC film to 100 million. So
Mhm.
it's like the successes are there. Whether or not it's going to continue along that rate, Joel was right. I looked it up. It is about a 59% drop off. So that's little. I don't know what that is concerned to other
That's usually not
other
good.
superhero movies, but it
Right.
might be around the same.
Well, I'll say this.
60% is about right. That's not crazy.
So okay, so then it makes sense.
I'll say this is I pass it to you, Mike.
Big drive, man.
I know a lot of people don't look at it this way, and I know I'm probably alone on looking at it this way. But I judge the box office of certain superhero movies. I'm sorry, certain superhero movies based off of the character, right? So, like, if Aquaman makes only 250 in the same amount of time, I think that's a problem. If Flash only does that, I think that's a problem. If a Superman movie does that, I think that's a problem. But if a movie like Black Adam and Shazam, of characters that to a lot of people these movies are introducing for the first time, it's such a weird character to try to make a massive box office success. Right. So to me, if it kind of struggles, I don't have a problem with that. To me, a disappointment is if you only barely made up your budget.
Sure.
That to me is a massive problem. Like, well, you must have not even fucking tried to make a successful movie. But 250 for a character in a movie that should not have existed in the first place, in a standalone movie, I consider that a success. You know what I'm saying? So for me, Black Adam, a character that no one really gave a fuck about, people still to this day don't give a fuck about. That's fair. But again, we act as if, remember, this was The Rock's first solo movie to garnish this much money. That speaks volumes. So clearly The Rock isn't as big of a box office draw as we always said he was, because this almost did, and I could be exaggerating, but almost doubled his totals for solo movies. Strictly
you might
solo
be right.
movies.
I think his I know in an article I was reading before, he's had about 18 movies make at least 100 mil, but
right.
I mean, some of those, like you said, are definitely in the Fast and Furious franchise.
Exactly, right. You don't really count those as just The Rock.
Every article is ignored. Like, they're purposely excluding the Fast and Furious.
Oh, then it might be just 18, just him.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so for me, like I said, I consider this a success. Mike, how do you look at this? Do you consider this a success for Black Adam?
It's like what Didge said earlier. We have to see what it's going to end up looking like when we're all said and done, right? Because it made 250. The budget is about 200 million, and you usually have to at least double that for marketing. So it needs to make 400 million to just break even.
Right.
So I really need to see what it does once it starts opening up in more markets, and then what it does when it has to compete against Black Panther. Right. And I think that's the only way we can judge it. Right. I think that's the only way we can judge it, though, right? Because while it is the biggest opening for The Rock, which is great, it's a big opening considering the character of Black Adam. That's great. The problem is the budget. This movie cost way too much money. And so, like, it really comes down to how much of a profit do they actually make? Because you could say a Black Adam movie should have only cost $100 million, not $200 million.
Right.
And so that to me is how we define it, if it's a success or not. I don't need it to be $1 billion. I don't need it to be, this crazy high amount, but they need to make enough money back to justify the cost.
And so you're saying just 400. You're saying just 400 and you'd be okay.
I mean, you want to turn a decent profit, so I'd say 600.
600 might be asking a lot of this movie.
You need to re-release it if you want that.
Yeah.
You might have to shoot all new scenes with the person from the end credit scene in majority of the movie to get that.
It really, but he's not wrong, because you got
no. I don't disagree with anything he's saying.
Because I think they usually estimate marketing. I saw somebody said about 100 million. And let's be honest, they may have gotten a lower marketing budget because The Rock was just out here just doing. He might have been so into it, like, I'm doing something that's free.
It's possible, but yeah, you're usually supposed to double the amount.
Yeah.
So if it's 200, it should be another 200 for marketing.
Yeah. Like in comparison, Shazam was like 80 to 100 million, and it made like 350. So technically that was a success, even though it didn't make a lot. 366, I think it says it made. So.
Right. I think the bigger problem that Black Adam is going to end up having is that you didn't release yourself with enough space to truly grow if you had potential to grow. Because again, next week Black Panther hits. That shit will live in theaters till what? December? Through December?
Well, at least I mean, yeah. 'Cause it comes
Yeah.
out-
I'm like,
So next year,
but don't forget
yeah.
Avatar 2 comes out as well.
Yeah.
Dude, that's gonna be
And
massive.
we're memeing on One Piece, but like anime movies notoriously do very well.
Oh, no,
Dragon
no,
Ball,
they're
My
gonna
Hero Academia, Demon Slayer,
they're
they all
gonna
do
do
really
good.
well.
I was just saying that I don't think One Piece will be the reason why people aren't seeing Black Adam. That's all I meant. That's
If
it's
somebody's
completely
choosing,
different.
but to that point, if somebody's choosing to go see one or the other this weekend,
Mhm.
Mike's not too far off that somebody might choose One Piece over it.
No, all I'm saying is they're two totally different demographics, right?
I don't know if they're
No.
that totally different.
There's
I
a
think
lot of
they-
crossover.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think there's a
Yeah.
lot of
there's
crossover.
a lot of crossover, but also it's still very niche.
Yeah, I guess the thing is we're going into Black Adam's third weekend,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
so we're gonna see like another, 30% drop maybe, and that's when
Yeah.
it becomes an issue.
Yeah. Like I said, it just needed to come out to give itself more space.
I
We
think it
weren't
just needed a
crowding.
better marketing campaign too, though, because
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Someone that appreciates marketing the way I do.
Yeah.
It just was. Well, it was not marketed properly. It just
Yeah, like-
wasn't.
the
It was the
entire
vibe.
the entire camp. But that's the
That's
thing,
not
right?
enough.
It's-
that's not enough. To
That's
say.
not
enough.
enough.
It's
Clearly,
not-
it wasn't.
It's not.
It's not
'Cause
enough
here's,
to just
here's
say
why
it's
it's
The Rock.
not.
Go
Here's
ahead.
why it's not. We were just saying that this movie is his largest box office that he's ever had in a just Rock movie. So if that's the case, that means that your other movies were either doing subpar or horribly in the box office, right? So I think we look at The Rock as somebody that makes things more entertaining, but it clearly does not equate to putting butts in seats with all of his projects.
And
So I'm saying your marketing could have
Not
been a lot
in
lot better.
this market. When it comes to comic book movies, this is a whole different ball game than what the fuck his individual movies were. This is a different animal, and that's why he obviously as a human being, as an actor himself, isn't enough to put it over.
Right.
And those characters are not either, because obviously no one really knows who the fuck Black Adam is.
That's why
We
they
didn't know
kept
who
pushing
that was.
Superman so much as the closer
That's
we got
why
to
they're pushing
release.
Superman so much,
Right.
even though, dude, is he in it? Is he not in it?
Right, and I think what hurts movies like this is seeing things like what Deadpool did, right? Seeing things like that. A character that a large portion of the world had no idea who he was. They knew Ryan Reynolds,
though.
right? But I'm saying you had such a low budget, it skyrocketed
Right.
itself just purely off of its marketing. A lot of that movie was just off of its marketing. It fucking shot an ad during The Bachelorette. Like, they were phenomenal with their marketing for that movie. They promoted it like a Valentine's Day movie. So it got women that could give a fuck about Deadpool interested in the idea of a romance movie, right? My mom went to go see it thinking this shit was some Romeo Juliet shit, right? So its marketing brought in so many different demographics that it was able to soar. This kind of was just like, The Rock. And it's like, well, that's not enough.
It's also like you said though,
Enough for me.
a way lower budget of a movie.
Right,
Like,
right.
Like,
They had
and
no
that's
money
the
to
thing
spend
we need to
money.
look at. Look how good Deadpool was, right? On such a small budget compared to the rest of the superhero movies, it had nowhere to go but up. Essentially, it was basically dirt cheap for a comic book.
$50
I
million,
feel like they can
right?
do that though, because he doesn't have any abilities that need the budget. I feel like all these characters they put in this movie, that's what made it expensive.
Well, no, that was the joke that they made in the movie, was that I feel as though you guys only gave us a small budget because you didn't believe in the project. Because, again, they could have put in so many more mutants. It didn't have to be based off of Deadpool. They could have put in so many different other mutants to kind of make that movie bigger.
The fact that they did Colossus and end so well.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Because you got to remember, Trayvon, that was more so the studio going, okay, you leaked that little trailer shit, right? It got people interested. I will give you enough to allow you to make this movie, but not enough that it'll fuck us over.
Look at the Joker. Joker made how much money on dirt cheap movie?
Right.
The turnover, the comeback for that movie is funding all the other movies that they're making.
Right.
They made so much money.
True.
But they also allowed themselves to put that money into other places, whether it was marketing
Obviously.
or whatever. So
Yeah,
that's
but-
why going low with an with an idea of going high, it gives you all that ability to move money to where it needs to go to properly. Because I think a lot of people believe you just put out a movie. There's a lot that goes into a movie being successful in the box
Yes.
office than just releasing it.
We also got to see what China's gonna do because it releases in China. Don't forget.
Oh, movie finally releases in China.
I will be interested. Time out, Didge. I will be interested to see if they limit that with Sabak. Because remember, China has a very strict ruling against the whole devil and all that shit.
Did Goku go to hell in like the first episode?
It was called the Home for Infinite Losers there, same as it was here.
That, yes, it was called that. Yes, but calling him Sabak, I think, helps. But we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, that's his name in the comics.
No. I'm saying not outright saying he's the devil or whatnot.
He's not.
Like you allude to it.
He's several devils.
That's right. You allude to it. So we'll see.
I just think it's funny that DC beat Marvel to Mephisto.
But
I don't even think that shit's funny. Don't say shit like that. Don't put those two in the same conversation.
I think that China market should probably put them over the 5, probably close to the 600 mark. Because
if it actually does open in China, yeah, it could.
It's supposed to. I saw a report that it's
DC fan base down in China. They like them DC shits.
They do.
And they're also not getting Black Panther. So
they're not.
That's right. Yeah, no, they're not.
Helped it a lot then.
Yeah. Oh, then you know what? For them, they're like, "Whoa, we didn't get the Panther, but we got the Atom, and it's still black, so we're good."
For me,
go ahead, Trayvon.
This movie, I mean, it's just so sad. Like, I mean, I want it to make 800 million. Like, I'm shooting for that for this movie. Like, I want it or more.
I don't think any of us. I don't think any of us want it to be a failure. I think all of us want it to be a success. But realistically, I think it's done all it can do here. It's now up to the overseas.
I love this movie.
Yeah,
what I want and what I actually believe is going to make it two different things, obviously.
But also, let's say this for Trayvon, so it can calm Trayvon down. Regardless of how much money this movie makes or does not make, they're not canceling The Rock from doing Black Adam in the future. He'll show up in other shit.
There's a sequel in development. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm like, he'll show up in shit because you got to remember, his company was the producer for this, so we don't even know how much money his company put in to have this thing made, along with Warner Brothers money. So Warner Brothers might be looking at this like, well, if you bankroll the second one, I don't give a fuck how much you make.
I just want to remind everybody how funny this is going to be. That Shazam 2 is probably still going to be cheaper than this movie. Therefore, it's going to have a higher profit. So the only way we get Black Adam is in Shazam 3.
You actually think Shazam's going to make more money than Black Adam?
I don't think it's going to make more money, but it might turn a bigger profit. You know, like because it's going to cost less, and even if it gets close to Black
Shazam only
Adam,
cost $100 million, so it's.
I also think the one thing Shazam has is your first one did relatively well, right? So it's the idea of you kind of mastering what you did wrong in the first one to do better in the second one. This was the Black Adam first one, right? So it's like you now can see all the shit you did wrong, and if you want to do all these things right the second time, you now know what to do, what not to do, right? You know, like not market a movie around somebody that's only in the last 3 seconds. So it's like, to me, I think Shazam 2 will gross more money than Black Adam.
Saying the thing that hurt this movie, I know you guys went, but I feel like giving out tickets to it free like that, I don't think it helps. So,
well, again, remember that wasn't they didn't give it out.
I always have a problem with screenings too in general.
But for me, that didn't hurt it because the narrative coming out of that screening. No, that narrative coming out of that screening was how phenomenal that movie was.
No, just screenings in general, how they have them like for everybody.
Not enough. Free. Not enough people are in the screenings, I think, to make much of a difference. Because usually it's like 20 people max per screening. So
not at all.
They probably lost maybe $500 total for screening.
Because here's the thing, Trayvon. Here's the thing. If it really hurt, they wouldn't keep doing it. Like if it really was affecting cost, if it really was affecting your box office market, you would just stop doing it. But again, I feel as though all movies like this need it because you need the word of mouth. You need people to say, this is phenomenal, go see it, right? You need that. So to me, I don't think that'll ever stop because I feel as though they believe it helps more than it hurts. And I've not seen it drastically hurt a movie where you let fans see it a week before and then it comes out and no one goes to see it. I don't think that's ever been a thing for a movie of this level.
Not the issue here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the issue. Again, marketing was one of the issues for it. It's just like Birds of Prey. Marketing was an issue for that.
Well,
You didn't market it properly.
That was
different. You just did not market it properly. This is for you because I don't understand numbers. So you and Mike, go ahead.
He's talking about the fact that there's still lockdowns from China.
Yeah,
and that's true. But The Rock is also still a huge movie star.
This man loves his fucking numbers.
Like, I know box office is down, but they're still going to make money because The Rock is still huge in China. So those 31 cities that are under lockdown, there's still 1.5 billion people in China, and it might be more. I could be wrong on that.
It might have increased by a couple thousand.
So,
like 100 yen.
Yes, the box office is down, but they're still. Maybe if it would have made 200 million in a normal year, it makes 125 this year or whatever. Right. It's going to make a good amount of money in China, is what we were saying.
Yeah. And if you could pull this other comment up, Juan, On the Game also says that most of The Rock's movies have been around 100 to 120 million, which, again, is fair. That's why we say he's a box office draw, because, again, the profit that his movies make is astronomical. But when you have a budget that large and he's getting roughly the same amount, the same numbers, that's the issue.
Right.
And that's been DC's problem since, Batman versus Superman. Man of Steel even, right?
That was really expensive.
Yeah, like, and that's why the Snyderverse being labeled a failure, it's unfortunate because those movies made a lot of money, but they cost so much to make that they ended up not really turning a profit.
The budget
and
for Man of Steel was $258. It made $668, which is actually really good. Right. But it was looked at as a failure, which is insane. But you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, well, to be fair, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, I think they're always going to put the highest of expectations box office wise. Well, and to me, you just got to always be realistic. You just always got to be realistic. Yeah, and again, none of those movies should have cost that much.
I know. I was thinking $1 billion when they said Batman and Superman in the same fucking movie. I should just give them $1 billion.
Yeah, I mean, shit, and you were sprinkling it with Wonder Woman. Oh, fuck yeah, this is easy. You serious?
What?
You can do this shit in your sleep. You serious? But,
whatever. Yeah, BVS only made about $105 million in profit, which is not good.
That's crazy
for a movie starring the Trinity.
How much did it cost? Yeah. Hold on, it made 250 to 300. It made 873. Is actually not bad.
Right, it's almost $1 billion.
But I agree.
It costs like 300.
We all agree it should not have cost that much to make those.
It cost that good.
But that's the other thing. Yeah,
million.
They looked good though. Like Zach knows how to spend the money.
He does. Zach goes, hey, just empty checkbook. I'll write my name in and the amount. Just let me spend whatever. And they were like, sure.
Like, and you don't think about the CG capes on Superman and Batman in that movie. Like,
no, you also don't think about the number of explosions that motherfucker had in BVS. Almost rivals Michael Bay.
Suicide Squad. That made a profit. 175 budget, 746.8 million. Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem was Warner Brothers was not happy. Was not disappointed in the money. They were disappointed in the fact that people were saying that they were shit movies.
Yeah.
So that didn't help them. They were
they were critically panned. Both of them were critically panned, but still.
All right. So we're gonna end our show on this Halloween night with two horror movies that came out this year that we hadn't gotten a chance to talk about. But we're now going to combine them.
Talk about one, but
No, we're talking about both. They need to be talked about, both of them.
What are we talking about?
Two horror movies that need to be talked about because
I saw two horror movies this weekend.
You did, and I'll let you talk a little bit about it. All right, so we're going to start off with Barbarian. Barbarian. We never talked about it.
Oh, well, my message went too late.
What happened to Mike?
You said what?
No, I was saying later to Mike that my message went up too late.
So we never got a chance to talk about this. We all felt very strongly about this movie. And by the way, I wanted to use this photo because this is what I sent my mom to get
I was
her
gonna
to
say
watch it.
this is not the photo that I saw. What is
That
this?
is a great poster because I know what the movie is like.
I sent this photo to get my mom to watch it. And man, when she watches it, woo, life will not be easy for me going forward. But anyway, I did enjoy this movie because
I did too.
I did not know what the fuck the movie was about. So when I saw what it was actually about, my expectations, I didn't have any. Because the trailer was very much just like, she goes down, right? It seems like the person she's bunking up with could be a killer. There's like this huge dungeon downstairs, and it's like,
He's also
I've seen this.
Pennywise.
Right, I've seen this
This
kind of
hard.
shit. I know what this is gonna be. I know what this is. No. Let's go with that narrative. He turns into Pennywise in this movie.
Oh God,
but
is that
to
what we're
me,
doing?
Just really did not know what this was gonna be about. So when I saw what it was about, it was just like, this wasn't as bad as you could have been. Because you could have been predictable, and it wasn't. I did not see anything coming that fucking happened in this movie.
Some terrible
Bad as it
yes,
could have
my
been. Did you
character.
not like it? I thoroughly enjoyed this movie.
I enjoyed it too.
I
but
did
it was
too.
terrible to see.
Oh, well, when you said bad as it could have been, it just made it seem like you're like,
No.
oh,
I'm saying I thought this movie was going to be the typical, she bunks with somebody, turns out to be a serial killer. So I'm like, if it was that would have been horrible. That's so predictable, right? The fact
Okay.
that it was nowhere near that, I was so fucking shocked. I remember me and Joelle looked at each other, and we were just like, that was so fucking weird. Like, we didn't know how else to describe it, but just weird. What the fuck did I just see? Did start us off, man. What were your thoughts on the Barbarian?
Well, first off, the Skarsgård clan, I don't know what you want to call it, because even their dad can act.
That's true.
The Skarsgårds are great. So,
Damn, you know what's gonna suck? You know what's gonna suck is when you're the one son or daughter that becomes like a president, and they're just looking at you like, ugh, you motherfucker. We act here. Fucking politics.
We act,
You dumb bitch. Like, we act. How dare you? It's like, but I'm a president. We don't give a fuck. You act, man. God damn it. But yeah, no, they can act from top all the way down. I'm sure there's like a sister Skarsgård that's in the laboratory right now working.
But like, so that was the first thing. I was like, oh, okay, Bill Skarsgård is in this. I'm already sure I'm gonna like this. Then I saw Justin Long was in it. I was happy with that. Like,
I forgot he was in it.
I mean,
Bro,
fair.
they end the movie and then start a whole new movie where it's Justin Long, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like, what is this? Like,
Yeah,
the
completely
weird
switches. Like,
But no,
Go
I
ahead,
really enjoyed this movie. It was one of those ones. It did subvert your expectations.
Right.
So I do get what you're saying now. Like I said, this picture is wild.
oh, yeah.
this picture, like,
That's false advertising.
right? Like, if somebody showed this to me and I watched it, actually, I'd probably be more intrigued if this is what I thought I was getting into, and then I watched the movie.
Wait, Didge, hold on. Picture if someone showed you this poster, but then said it is supposed to be a horror movie. You would go, well, then why is that your marketing?
You know what the scary part
It's
about
like
that picture?
Deadpool
It's
marketing.
not even the they're smiling. That house, if you watch the movie, is the only nice house in that fucking neighborhood.
Also fair.
It's a fucking mess.
Go ahead, Didge.
But like the only thing I really feel bad is that it got taken essentially out of boxes, because I think technically you can still go see it in theaters, but with it being video on demand already,
Yeah,
I really wish it would have made more money, because I think more people deserve to, because I saw it in theaters, so I think more people deserve to go see it
did
that
too.
way.
Did you hear of what it's doing on video on demand? It's putting up numbers on video on demand.
That's
right
cool, but there are some things that you should just go see in the theater.
Now. Oh, I don't doubt that. Yeah, I don't doubt
say
that.
I'm one of those people that watch everything in theaters, so I'm not that person.
There are definitely some films where I'm just like, you know what? I'd rather just be sitting on my
Something you
couch
can-
with my cover over me.
Usually
True,
comedy.
Didge.
That's
how I watch Halloween Ends. I watch that shit right at home.
Oh,
I said, I don't trust you enough
Oh,
to go to theaters.
I did watch.
I
Halloween.
did too. And
I don't trust you.
I
enough to go
regretted
to
that
theaters.
decision even now.
I said I should have pirated you. I shouldn't have even given you the grace of watching you.
But back to a good horror movie.
Well, I
This
did
is
myself the favor of watching it in good quality. I didn't do it for them. I did it for me.
Go ahead, Didge.
no. I was gonna say this is one that's definitely gonna get added get added to my my yearly. You know, when I go my 30 watches. I usually watch more than 30, but just during the whole October, where I usually try to save some ones where it's like I gotta watch it during October, even though I watch horror movies throughout the year. But yeah, no, like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed this.
Yeah, to me, I watched this a few days ago. So to remind myself, I'm like, I did love you, right? Yeah, okay, I did. But man, was this just so well done? And I don't disagree with you, but I think we live in a market now, Didge, to where it's like horror movies aren't expected to make massive buku dollars, right? So I think a lot of studios are more so just like, well, what's your shelf life once I pull you from theaters, right? Like, would people even watch you just on their couch? So the fact that it's doing but I'm saying the fact that it's doing great on video on demand shows that it was a really good movie that still has legs. So I was agreeing with you on the idea that if it stayed in theaters a little bit longer, you know, it could have put up a few more dollars in theaters. But I think what you wanted to avoid if you were Barbarian is the fact that that Devil movie just came out and Smile came out. Pray for the Devil. There you go. Smile came out not too long ago. So you just didn't want to compete. You just didn't want to compete anymore. You had your time. It did great. Put it on video on demand now. Let it do great there. Let these other horror movies do their thing. And fair. Black Adam too. And like I said, you're about to get a whole bunch of releases that just negate
that. To your point earlier about two different demographics. If somebody was in their head of I'm going to see a movie this Friday night or this Saturday night or whatever, they're not choosing between Black Adam and a horror movie. You're either going in saying, I know I want to go see a horror movie, or I'm gonna go see Black Adam. I don't.
But why can't that be the case for anime or Black Adam?
Because Black Adam's already been out 2 weeks.
Oh, if we're going by that, okay. I was just saying I was saying it when I was saying it before, more so how you're saying it now. That's what I was saying. Okay, so then we're fine. Okay, then I don't disagree. I'm with you. Okay, we can move. I'm with you. Trayvon.
Who?
Why should Barbarian be nominated for an Oscar this year?
Is there a horror category?
No, just for Best Picture. Yo, how mad would all the artistes of the Oscars be if they're like, and for Best Picture, Barbarian, and you're like, I'm sorry, Conan the Barbarian. What the fuck are we talking about?
I love Conan the Barbarian.
It had a great mystery in it. I mean, but she made some terrible decisions. But anyway,
time out, Trayvon. She did start off by making the black decision when she first opened it and said, "Oh, fuck them." Like, oh,
did
hell
she?
no, I'm going back up there. No, you don't remember the first time she went down there and opened it and saw back there and said,
"Oh, I'm talking about." No, I'm talking about
she started
going in the house in general. Like,
oh, well, yeah.
That was no. She lost all black for me.
I'm
when she
with
went
you.
in the house.
That's fair.
When she went in the house, I said, "Okay,
that's
yeah."
Fair. Yeah, no, that's fair. He was, and because your Spidey, okay, so I'm with you because all her Spidey senses went off, and she just ignored all of them.
Your car still worked. Your car worked, girl. Get back in it. Like, I don't understand. Your car was broken down.
Wait, say it again, Joel.
He was not the issue.
He was.
Oh no, but Trayvon's just saying more so the idea of she kind of felt all the wrong feelings at the door. Yeah. And Trayvon saying at that point you should have just.
I had less problems with her starting that and her going back is where I had the issue. But after seeing what you saw, you decided to go back to that house.
No,
that.
First of all, if I go back to that house, it's with grenades to blow that motherfucker sky high.
Look. The thing that got me was when it first started off. She first got there. She saw that somebody else was in the house, right?
Yeah.
You don't know this man at all.
Right.
He telling you that he booked it as well, which is possible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. From one, I would never went in. That's just me. I would never went in there. But she went in. Then she proceeded to go take a shower. I was like, you don't know him. You don't know what
she was definitely a little too trusting.
Too comfortable. Like,
it's those eyes. Look at them. Look at those eyes.
No, that looks creepy. That looks creepy there. And I don't know if it's because it could be that. Maybe it's because we've seen him as Pennywise.
That's exactly why. Yeah, that's exactly why. That's exactly why.
He'll be the crow
Because
soon. So maybe
I
we
tell
can
you
see
right
that.
now, the guy who
Okay.
played fucking Freddy Krueger, if that guy played
Mhm.
in a fucking love story, I wouldn't trust him. He don't kill you, bitch.
Mhm.
It's like it's a love story that I don't trust this motherfucker. Look at him. Look at him. Those
Look at that
fingers are gonna be
face.
claws
Let me
in a
look.
second.
Let me look. Let me
I
look up.
appreciate
I've
that. I
never
appreciate
looked
they
up
didn't go there. Like, I
a
appreciate
regular
it.
picture.
But I
of
really
him.
thought he was gonna kill her, but they didn't. I was like, okay, all right, fine. I felt bad for him. They made me feel bad for him somehow.
They did.
Maybe they
They
did.
did.
Maybe they didn't even get an Oscar for that. They did make me feel bad for him because I was like, oh, that's so sad. It did make me feel bad.
I
So,
disagree with your point about Robert Englund. He looks like one of my old econ teachers.
I have not had a
Did you like your
teacher
econ teacher?
that I trust.
I
Every
really
teacher
like
believe
most
could
of my
be in a
econ
horror
teachers.
movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
ain't not one teacher I've ever had
He
that
said
I
yes.
trust to
He
this
said
day.
good.
They all smiled. I'm like, murders in your
But
mind. I
this
know.
poster just reminds me of something that Ryan Reynolds would do for Deadpool.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
'cause
it would be
because they
something
were
he would
calling
do.
it a
Yep.
love story. They kept calling Deadpool
Yep.
a love story anyway. So
I mean, it was. It's not wrong.
it was.
Love the she booked.
This
for the
isn't a lie.
producers of How to Train Your Dragon 2. She booked an Airbnb.
It's not a
and
lie.
He booked her heart. Yeah.
It's not a lie. 'Cause he had her. He had her.
He was in there.
He
for
did.
sure.
Yeah, he
I tell you
was.
what, he had her till she woke up and saw that door cracked and said, something happened.
But his dumb ass had to go downstairs
like,
too.
I love. But wait, Trayvon, I want to go back to your point of maybe he does deserve an Oscar because when she woke him up, I'm like, this motherfucker is so good at lying. Like, what? I was asleep. I opened your door. It's like, bitch, a door don't just open. Like, you lying. And then when you find out that he didn't do it, it's like, oh, my bad, dog. I would have killed you if I was in this movie. I'm sorry. Like, I would have definitely stabbed you when I woke up and that door was cracked. Like, all right, now you gotta die.
His
Sorry.
death was so God.
It's so sad.
It was brutal.
Sad, brutal. I
It
ain't
was
talking
brutal.
about the emotions.
It was
I'm talking about the way the man
I-
died.
I
But
felt
wait,
bad
time
for
out.
him.
To be
I
fair,
was
there
like,
was nothing
oh.
more brutal in this movie than there were two scenes that I thought were brutal. First one was when she put her hand down and said, drink the bottle.
Oh,
And that bitch said, hey, just drink it. I drank it. Drink the shit. It's like, what? I'd rather die. Fuck that. Kill me. He said, fuck that. No. And the second one was when she was trying to breastfeed this motherfucker. I said, oof, no. You gotta kill me. You gotta snap my neck. Sorry, lady. I can't do this. You gotta kill me. I can't do this.
fuck the nipple.
Stroking my head? Oh, hell no. Nope. Nope. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Trayvon. But no, the two most brutal things is putting that bottle in his face and saying, drink this shit. What the fuck?
I just,
Yeah,
I just-
bye-bye. Oh, bye-bye.
as I was watching, I can't, like, I started laughing a lot while I was watching this movie. 'Cause I was just like, this
Kind of a
this-
psychopath.
this
Huh?
it was the decisions for me. Like when she was doing certain things, I was like, you gotta be fucking joking. Like, you went back after you got a stark warning from that lady. She was like, you stay away.
Wait. Time out. I'm about to say something, and please forgive me, people out there. I'm going to say this. If in a horror movie, someone white says, oh, no, I don't fuck with that place, that must be the most devastating place on all God's green earth. Because there are very few things that they are not just naturally curious about, that they won't just walk into. So for her to go, wait, you're where? Oh, no, sweetheart. Fuck that. Don't go there. Stay anywhere else. When she said that, I said, oh, your spidey sense has got to be tingling right then. Oh, fuck
Yeah,
that.
that
I ain't going back.
That would have been. Wait, say that again. Oh, okay, cool.
You
I'm
said
out.
what?
I'm out. That's when you get a peace sign. My character slowly fall
was
out.
crazy to me. I said, you saw the neighborhood. Like,
Yeah.
there was just so many things
Giveaway,
that I just was like, what is wrong with you, girl? Like,
But can we give the director a lot of credit? That was perfect lighting to where you blocked off the entire neighborhood when she first arrived. Right? That's why when we saw it when it was during the day, it was just like,
how do you not
what
notice?
the fuck happened at night?
You know what? It was raining. It was dark, and
It
she was stressing about whoever the fuck
Right.
was on the other side of that phone.
Right.
She was trying to get away.
Right. But yeah, go ahead, Trevor. I'm sorry. Because I thought that was just beautiful camera work to where you really hit the entire neighborhood.
I don't know. I don't really know what else to say about this movie. the movie it really shocked me because that's not where I thought it was going.
Wait, what did you? I'm curious. What did you think?
At the beginning, I was like, "Oh, she gonna get killed by Pennywise," but
Okay.
other than that, I was just like, I could not get out of my head that he was Pennywise. I felt bad that's what I don't care what he said. All I saw was Pennywise. I was like,
Hey,
you are stamped with Pennywise forever.
You're not wrong,
I feel
Trayvon.
bad for him.
I kept saying to myself, how they gonna flip this movie to be a Pennywise prequel? Like this how he became Pennywise. It's like, oh, it's not you. I'm sorry. I judged you a lot.
It would have been wild.
I judged you a lot. I'm so
I don't know.
sorry.
I just, it's very great.
Oh,
twist.
wait, that's what I wanted to ask you, Trayvon. This is what I want to ask you. And spoiler alert, guys, but it's been out for a while. It's now on video on demand. So, but spoiler alert. This is what I couldn't wait to ask you. And I'm going to ask you too, Didge, before I pass to Joel to end this out. But I got to ask you, Trayvon, because I told Joel I know you would have. So I'm asking a rhetorical question, I believe. But you would have pushed her off the water tower to save yourself, right?
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew it.
No hesitation. Yep. Bye.
I know.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We're on the same page. I told Joel when we were leaving, I said I would have Spartan kicked her. Like, he was nice to kind of just toss her. I would have I would have Spartan kicked her ass clean off that roof. Are you serious? Me or you? It's not a fucking
if I was dumb
conversation
enough to get all the way to this point of this, you getting kicked off.
It would have never got to that point.
Because here's the thing, Trayvon. Think about this. I survived not having to drink that bottle, not having to suck that nipple. I survived so much shit for me to die on this water tower. You got me fucked up. You getting Spartan kicked out of here. You serious? Didge, I'll ask you. You saving her? You finding a way to stay alive with her? Or you tossing her out?
It's me or you. You are done.
Yeah.
What you mean? Like, you're not related to me. Because then that's when it's like, all right, I gotta figure out how to get us both out of it. You're not related to me. Bye.
I don't know, bro.
Hope you got your affairs in order.
Related or not, that's real dicey.
Related to me. That's where I'm like, all right. Let me think of something. Now, I'm not saying that the same result may not come eventually, but we're gonna at least try. If you're related to me,
I'm gonna say this, Didge.
But on top of that water tower,
I'm gonna say this.
We're gonna try.
When she first popped up, I thought I was watching Attack on Titans. Ain't no way in hell I'm sacrificing myself. She eat people, I assume. I don't know what the hell this woman is capable of. She's strong. She ran through a gate and not one cut was on her body. I don't know what the hell is happening, okay? You gotta go. And look, to be fair, guess what? She survived, right? It all worked out. It was fine, right? I ain't had no blood on my hands. You survived. She caught you.
Damn thing.
Yeah, but hopefully you ain't never trying to keep up with her or nothing because she not talking to you.
Oh, no. After that day, you don't exist in my world. Because
right.
if I talk to you, it reminds me of what I just went through. I don't want that. You don't exist. We don't talk ever.
All she should think about is her decision.
Yeah,
Hope she makes better ones in the afterlife, whatever.
And to be fair, he should have made better decisions too. He was fucking measuring a dungeon. Like, what the fuck? At no point did you go, this is weird.
To be honest, his life was kind of over. So
that's fair. But yeah, usually dying makes it worse, Trayvon. Dying usually makes that worse.
I mean, he probably felt dead. So, I mean,
fair. Joel, passing it to you. Would you have saved her? And then your thoughts on the movie.
I would have tried. Yeah, I'm not gonna just. That's so. Well, I wouldn't. I'm not lying. I wouldn't. I would try. There's no way I'm just gonna. Fuck her.
I believe you. That's why you make me sick. I believe you would. I believe you. That's why you make me sick.
I also want to know how you would do that.
I just don't think it would ever get to that point. That motherfucker dropped the gun on the way up.
Sure.
I'm like, come on.
So wait. So even if it does get to that point, you're still trying to save her.
Of course.
You're such a good person.
You are a great person.
I'm in a horror movie. I'm trying to stick her
off if she tries to throw me off first. She's coming off.
She would have.
Because then I'm defending myself. You know.
Us four are ever in a horror movie. I'm splitting up with Joel. He'll try to keep me alive.
Yeah, but you can't split up with Joel because now he knows you're gonna try to kill him. Joel would be by himself.
Joel, if you're gonna try to keep me alive, I'm with you. I'll try to keep you alive too.
But wait, you know what I would want to see?
I'm leaving both y'all asses.
Time out. You know what? Wait, Did you know what I want to see? I want to see what it would look like between me, you, and Trayvon trying to throw each other off. We end up all dying.
Everybody falls all together.
Y'all finna be decoys, and I'm out of there. I'm gone.
One of those
I'm gone.
party games with the balls and shit.
Yeah.
Bumping each other so one of them falls off the tower.
Yeah, look, Joel, and you know what? He's not even putting on a front for you guys. I told him years ago that he's so nice it makes me sick. Like, I can't tolerate it. He's too nice, and it's genuine. It really is. Although I believe Joel would have pushed me off without even knowing that she would catch me.
I would have turned around, he would have been gone.
Joel would have been like, "Oh, she caught you?" It's like, wait, you didn't do this because you thought she would? Oh, no, I didn't know. I just knew it was my way to get out. But your overall thoughts on the movie, Joel? I thought it was the best way to get out.
I really enjoyed it, just like the rest of you. It's fun. I was not expecting it to go where it went. I didn't know what to expect, going into the movie. I remember seeing the trailer, so I had an idea. But even with the idea, they still didn't know what the fuck it was. Why did they call it Barbarian? That's what was staying with me. Like, it's just a weird name to call this movie. And then when you get to it, you're like, I kind of get it. It's very barbaric. It's very gritty. And then you get, it's just this crazy inbred cave woman at the end of the day, right? Because of a
So
fucking,
wild.
yeah,
So
but
wild.
she's the daughter of a fucking crazy serial killer that would just fucking, you know what I mean? It's weird, fucking weird.
Which, by the way, shout out to Homeboy, because that was probably the funniest part of the movie, where Justin Long's character was like, "Hey, don't worry, I'm gonna call the cops. They're gonna save us." And he said, "Oh, no, I've done too much. I've done way too much in my life. I can't still be here when the cops come."
He's like, I'd rather die. I'd rather die.
I gotta go. Yeah, if they found out even a half of the shit I've done in this house, I'll never see the light of day. No, thank you. I'll just die here. He was so shocked. Like,
I'm pretty sure
we were gonna
that man
get
hasn't
out.
seen the light of day in a long time. But
who knows? Yeah, that's probably true. But god damn, so he
There's no
was gene
TV in
splicing
prison.
down there. He was gene splicing, all
that's
kinds
crazy.
of shit. Oh my
He was
god,
doing
and
all
he
types
never
of gross shit.
never
Yeah.
taught her how to wear clothes. And all the shit he taught her, never taught her
That
how to wear
crazy
clothes.
bitch was watching that one training baby milking video.
Yeah, the milking.
She was like, I want babies. So she's go out there looking for
I
saggy
still like
titties,
just
hairy
because I
ass
was like,
bitch. Oh
all
god.
this- all
What'd
this-
you say, J-Bone?
these tunnels. It was just I kept thinking. I was like, you did all this, like you carved all this out, like
She had
When you
lot of
got a
time.
monster the size of a building,
some
it's
scary
easy to do
shit.
shit like that. She probably kicked half
You're
of
like,
that
how
tunnel.
old is this crazy lady? She's old and strong, right? Old man
Wild.
strength on a woman.
So wild. And you know what's even funnier? You had a full-on dungeon in the basement, but no one lived in the neighborhood. So who are you afraid would hear the screams? Like, why'd you build a dungeon? At some point, you just didn't need the dungeon anymore. No one lives in this neighborhood. Who's going to hear them screaming?
Well, they were all
Never
even.
thought
yeah,
about that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They left decades ago. So I'm like, at some point, you just got to go.
You
Well,
created a fucking tunnel.
you can sit
system,
here.
like, fucking no.
under all their houses, pretty much.
yeah, under all the, I mean, shit, it vacated. Well, nobody there.
Could have like
Now-
could have dug to another house where there's another way out.
Right. I do want to ask you guys this. I want to start with you, Joel, because I still couldn't figure this out. What was getting everybody to leave that town in the first place in the
Black
flashback?
Women
Was it?
disappearing, Women disappearing.
Oh, it was women. Because to me, I didn't think they made that clear. I wasn't sure.
They were
I wasn't
racist.
sure.
I'm sticking with it. They didn't
I heard
know,
so many
this-
people saying that,
they're
like,
just
"Oh,
changing.
it's black people moved in,"
That's it.
and I'm
But
like, "But won't no black people on that block?"
Ain't
So
gonna
I'm
lie.
like,
There was the
This
one
movie
bumble.
was set in Detroit, and I was just like,
No.
shitty things happen in Detroit. You know?
Oh yeah,
that was it. That was my. I was like, yeah, it's Detroit. You know,
sounds
mean,
right.
yeah.
Sounds right.
You're not wrong.
My
That
body
does
was
sound
like there was no
Detroit.
sidewalks. I was like, what is going on in this town? 70s? No, I guess that was
So-
the thing.
So wait, so you're chalking it up to just Detroit? Just
I
Detroit living?
definitely chalked it up to just Detroit.
Okay,
I mean-
Joel, you chalking it up to just race?
Race because of Detroit is the thing. They go together. Like,
Which
That's
is so
true.
funny because I don't
Detroit.
remember when Detroit wasn't black, but okay.
Also true.
So
Look,
it's like,
back
all right.
then, a lot of shit was white. Like my town now is predominantly Hispanic, but
Mhm.
it was white once. It was a lot
But
of
also, you live in a state of New Jersey that we can assume
Yeah.
was always white at some point. But
Yeah.
Detroit,
I mean,
it's always been-
Michigan. It was full of white people too. Let's not be real.
oh, well, we know the world was, but it just seemed like it didn't last long. Like a lot of black people just said,
It
This is
definitely seemed like
Migration, brother.
Trayvon, what did you think it was that forced everybody to move out of that town?
I seen people missing. Women kept missing in the town. I don't know
Okay.
how they didn't notice, but they didn't notice.
I
the man
mean,
was
that's
snatching
illegal
them.
because they noticed.
I like all. No, Trayvon saying when they kept it took a certain point for them to go. A lot of people
Yeah,
fucking went missing,
or didn't catch him doing it. Like,
right.
none of y'all like see this. Like, okay.
Well, I chalked it up to a plot hole. So I like you guys' idea so much better because mine was just a plot hole.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
that
I
whole
thought it
70
wasn't answered.
scene, I was looking for black people the whole time. Like,
I don't see
saw
none.
one. I saw maybe two.
I think the only black person we definitively saw was the homeless man. And maybe we can
The
assume
homeless
lived there at
man
some
lived-
point.
that is
Yeah,
one thing that was weird to me though, because again, Detroit, I was like, there's not a lot of black people.
Yeah,
Kind of
and-
Detroit is this?
yeah. I'd understand if you were telling me it was like 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, maybe even, but it seemed like it was what 70s, maybe 80s,
I think it was supposed to be set in the 70s.
70s,
70s or 80s. There should
70s.
definitely been black people. In
Right.
Detroit.
Either way, yeah, there definitely should have been black people around.
Now,
But that's
were
why
they given
think,
the ability to buy nice houses like that? Maybe not.
I think it was assumed that it's that because we got new people moving in. I don't like it.
Oh,
That's
so
what-
you're
that's what
saying
he
it was-
said.
You're
he
saying
said-
it was typically there goes the neighborhood.
Yeah, and they
Gotcha,
want to move to a different neighborhood.
Fair.
Gotcha. Well, I think we can all agree, even though our review didn't sound like it, we all very much enjoyed this movie.
Oh yeah, I had a good time.
Oh yeah,
Very much enjoyed this movie.
I thought
So
our
now,
review made it sound
great
like
comedy. Yeah.
yes. So now we can pivot to a movie I think will be divided on whether or not it should be documented as horror. We are talking Halloween Ends. Woo! Spoiler alert for this movie and our breakdown that won't be long, guys, because we're getting out of here, but this will not be long. I'm going to keep it as simple as this. I could have stomached this movie if you made it to where you started off the same way in the beginning, right? Where, the boy falls down, dies, they brand that kid as a killer, right? If you kept it that way, and you kind of made it seem like people were dying around town. So it kind of felt like Michael Myers was back, right? So you get the big standoff between, was it Laurie? It's Laurie, right?
Laurie.
You get the big standoff between Laurie and Michael Myers, right? Same thing happens, drops the fridge on him. When she takes off the mask, it's that kid. And it's like, oh, shit. Like, there's no way this kid is the real Michael Myers. He hasn't been around that long. The real Michael Myers must be somewhere still out there. And then it ends with Michael Myers stabbing Laurie, right? And she's bleeding out, and then it fades to black, and then it's a whole part 2. That's the actual Michael Myers versus Laurie, and it truly ends. The way this movie went was so confusing for so many reasons. Like, why do you think I give a fuck about this kid? Enough to sit through this whole movie for you to build him up. And then I said, Didge, okay, cool. You're building him up as a new Michael Myers? Great. You're going to make it to where it ends is a new Michael Myers. You kill both of them?
that was the issue.
Like,
If
but
he
go
was
ahead,
the new
Didge. Take it away. Take it away.
If he was the new Michael Myers, it would have been fine.
Right.
Like, it was already. I didn't like the mentor or whatever you want to. I call it the Michael
Yeah,
Myers.
that was
mentorship.
weird.
Didn't
That
like
was
that.
weird.
I didn't like the fact that Michael Myers was ready to kill the kid until he looked in his eyes. Like, I didn't like that. Like, I didn't like the fact that the kid
Wait.
put the. Go ahead.
Okay, hold on. I want to speak to that really quickly. The fact that you looked into his eyes and saw innocence, right? It reminded you of you. My
Is that
problem
what
with
they're
that
saying? It was
is
supposed to be innocence.
I assume he saw himself in this kid, right?
I thought he
it's a
saw like, oh,
semblance.
he a killer. He a killer. That's what I thought it was.
This motherfucker, stab a motherfucker.
Like,
I don't got nothing else to say. Take it away, dude.
I really thought that's what it was supposed to be. Is that, like I said, that he looked at his eyes and was like, oh yeah, he killed. He deserved to be able to do this.
Oh man,
I didn't like that.
Oh boy,
that immediately he put the mask on, and now it's I gotta go to this house with Lori. It's like,
right?
Is the mask leading you? It was so much that I'm just like, I don't like this.
Right.
And then, did you hear about what was supposedly going to be the alternate ending?
No.
So they said, so obviously we knows how it ends. The alternate ending was supposed to be when her granddaughter opens the door, Lori goes to like choke her to kill her, and you see her memoir, and it sort of zooms in on the Halloween ends, and it's supposed to be evil never dies. And I'm like, that would have been worse. I didn't like the ending already, but I would have been mad.
I really thought you couldn't have made this any worse, and they almost did. Wow.
And so
Holy
I don't know.
shit.
I don't 100% know it's true, but there's a lot. Like I saw so many different articles saying that this was one of the rumored alternate ending ideas, and I'm like, I'm so glad they didn't do that. You could have went way worse.
Wow.
But it was just I didn't like this movie. The fight scenes weren't great. I don't get how Michael Myers was so hobbled, because granted, yes, he got beat up towards the end of the last one, but he ended that movie killing somebody and seemingly getting away normal. So
yeah,
I don't know what happened in the 4 years. I like to say he caught COVID, because there's no other reason.
He caught COVID for 4 years, 5 years, whatever it was.
So like he's still dealing with that. I don't know, but it's so wild to me. I didn't understand why we picked up 4 years later.
They do say you can still have respiratory problems afterwards.
That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was.
See?
But to me, that's why I said I don't like time jumps. I think time jumps are horrible. Don't do time jumps. All you had to do was 4 weeks later. You don't need to do 4 years later. 4 years later is so excessive. They didn't even talk
about the fact that it ended with Michael Myers killing her daughter. And we pick up 4 years later like nothing happened.
And I'm going to be fair. Y'all got to let that shit go if it was 4 years ago. You said you shouldn't still be blaming me for shit. It's 4 years later. Fuck that shit up. Like, suck it up. I lost my husband. My fucking daughter died. Okay? All right. We feel the same. All right? Let it go.
Right. Like, it was so weird. I didn't understand almost any decision they made in this movie. And I was just like, I'm so glad I watched it at home. I almost had to buy Peacock to watch it. Luckily, my parents have Peacock. If I'd even paid the $5 to have Peacock to watch it, I'd have been mad.
To be fair, I have Peacock because I'm a huge wrestling fan and I love The Office. So those two things.
That's fair. Yeah, if it's something you already have Peacock for, it makes sense. But if you were just about to get Peacock for this, which I was about to do, oh my God, I would have been furious.
There you go. That's the plot. There you go, Didge. That's the plot for you. There you go. Oh my goodness. Joel, pick up from where Didge left off. What were your thoughts on this movie?
It was I was disappointed, to say the least. But that's mainly because I actually didn't mind what they were trying to say until they actually decided to do something else with it. Because I'm like, maybe the idea of passing it on was weird, but I was invested in the story they were trying to tell. So I realized halfway through the movie, I'd seen Michael maybe twice, and not for very long.
Let me ask you, because what I took from it was that evil is created, not born, right? So that's what I took it as, was that they were kind of harping on it's created. Yeah, and society created Michael the same way they created this.
They were creating this.
Is that how you took it?
Yes, and my issue was that he didn't. I don't think he never earned being evil, even with all the bullying. He never felt like he was evil to me.
I agree.
And it's like,
that he was evil. Okay, I'm sorry.
He was evil. Yeah, I didn't think he was evil. And then one day he literally bullied Michael to the floor. Took his mask, he's like, "Fuck you, bitch! My mask now." Puts it on, and then becomes evil. Right. Now I'm okay. Now it's okay for me to kill people. And I like when he killed the first dude. That was kind of like self-defense. That dude was trying to fuck with him. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
No, I wasn't mad about it. And those kids were fucking assholes. They definitely should fucking be killed anyway.
They thought they killed him. So I'm like, yeah, if you survive that, you got to get your get back. But the radio guy made no sense to me. All he did was say, hey, don't fucking stand in front of my store. Get the fuck out of here. That was really it. He's just like, you deserve to die for that. It's like, what the fuck?
That's what I mean.
Okay,
he went from 0 to 60 real quick. And I don't understand. Like, you were not that guy. Why are you doing that? And he was obsessing over Lori's daughter, granddaughter, and then like that's why he ended up going after Lori because like, yo, that's my girl, and she loves me.
But I also thought that was really weird development for Lori. Like Lori, all of a sudden was just like, "You're giving me Michael vibes."
I see it in your eyes,
right? And I'm just like, what is with the eyes in this fucking movie? Like, what are the eyes that people just see eyes and are like, I know your life.
Because Michael and him had that connection for like a half a second. And it's like, yo, I'm going to let this dude live because this dude, he's got it. He's got it.
Got it.
And the whole time I was saying, like, this was the Michael Myers, I'm too old for this shit movie.
Oh, 100%.
Because he was like, I don't even. And he was retired. That's why he was down there. He's like, I don't want to move. If you make me leave this little, it better be worth it. You know what I mean?
You know what he really said?
At one point.
You know what he really said? He said, I done been through essential reboots, soft reboots, whole boots. I'm tired of chasing this one motherfucker. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this shit. I'm done. Enough. This kid comes and he's like, you know what? Maybe I do got unfinished business. I'm going to go kill this bitch.
Not even. He went to go get his mask back. And then the kid... He went to get his mask, and while he was there, he said, "Fuck it, let me just try to kill her one more time." That's how I felt like.
Definitely how I felt about it. Like,
wait. This movie is not what I thought at all.
Yeah. Wait, you haven't watched it?
Fucking ridiculous.
I don't watch these movies.
I mean, you don't need to watch it. You don't need to watch it.
You don't need.
But no, it's
as
bad as we're saying.
So funny. Like
it is hilarious. It is. Oh wait, time out. You want to know what makes it even funnier, Trayvon? You want to know what makes it even funnier? Ooh. A lot of people argue that the first of this trilogy is historically good, right? Yeah. And then the second one was questionable. And then this was just like, why did you veer so far from where you were at? You weren't far from the second one of veering back.
That's sort of par for the course for Halloween's because one and two, one was really good. 2 was like, all right, that's pretty decent. And 3 was like, what the hell are we doing?
That was a whole completely different movie in the original.
So it was just like, what am I watching?
They really
in the last movie. I mean, the third movie.
But Michael Myers
was barely in this one. Yeah, he's barely in this one.
Yeah, but he's in it. The other one didn't even have him in it.
That is true.
Shit, Michael Myers was so much not in this movie, I had to keep pausing it to make sure I was still watching Halloween Ends. Yeah. Like, this can't still be the same shit. Who the fuck is he? And then he just pops up out the shadows like, oh, I'm fucking tired down here, bro. And he looks at me, he's like, you might got what it takes to revive it.
This shit. You see it? I don't want to move, man. This is retirement, man.
It is bad, bro.
Why they don't explain anything? Like what happened within the 4 years for him? Like his story. He's living in the sword.
COVID.
They also don't explain how in 4 years nobody fucking healed. Nobody healed. Not one person in this fucking town. All of y'all still hate her, and she was a victim, by the way. I just want to add that there. But none of y'all have moved on. Yeah. Nobody in 4 years.
The craziest part of this movie was the beginning when he killed the kid by accident.
Yes.
Shit! I did not see that.
That was so wild because the town was just like, shit happens. You know, it's all right. It's cool. And then they look at Lori and they're like, I hope you fucking die. It's just like, whoa. He actually killed the kid. I killed no one. But I'm scum. And they're like, yeah, but, you know, we don't really care. It's just a kid. You know, it's not the town.
You're scum because you're related. They always blame the woman.
That's exactly what it was, Trayvon. They were blaming her. They were just like, you did
It's
something.
your fault.
You did something to make him go through all this killing. I know you did. But to me, I felt as though, and I'm going to ask you guys, I'm very curious what you guys' thoughts were on the kills for this movie. I know a lot of people said that's what saved it for him. To me, I thought it was a downgrade from the great kills I got in the second one. Motherfucker killed somebody with a lampshade or was it a light bulb or whatever the fuck. Yeah. There was a scene in the second one where he was trying out knives on one person.
That was my favorite part.
That
He was
part was
like,
wild.
That shit was awesome. He was just like,
I
nope,
love
this
that
isn't good.
scene.
Nope,
He's
this
like,
isn't good.
That's
He's like,
sharp.
nope.
That's a good one. That's
He's
a
like,
good
this
one.
is the perfect one. This is just right. That shit was great. And then he went full John Wick in the second one. This one, the kills were just
That
like,
was awesome too. When he went full John Wick at the end, I was like,
yeah,
that's
to
awesome.
me, they were killing people just for the sake of, like, it was gore for the sake of gore.
Yeah.
You know, that I don't appreciate. That's what Saw turned into. So where, like, the kills were just kills for the sake of killing, right? I liked it when it had a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Didge, how did you feel about the kills in this movie?
Like everything else in this movie, they were lackluster.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, it didn't save it, so
Damn sure didn't for me.
it didn't take away from it. I guess that's the fair part, but
when a movie's bad, it's hard to take away when you're already bad.
I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna let the quiet part go quiet, but you know.
No, I'm like, when you're bad, you can't take away from being bad. You can't get worse. I don't think. Like, you shouldn't strive for it.
But it was hard.
No, see, I view it the other way. You can always get better.
You definitely can.
For a movie I think is already horrible, you're bad. Like, it just, you can't pile on top. You're just bad already. It just depends on, I don't know, how hard you try, I guess, to maintain that bad, or I don't know. But you're saying that the kills didn't do anything for you in this
at all.
Yeah. Joel, how about you?
I don't even remember them.
There you go. There you go. Because, like, the one I really hated was when he parked the car on the. First of all, I don't mean to be that guy, but they damn sure killed that black girl the worst, and she was the nicest to that motherfucker. I did not appreciate that shit. I took that to heart. Trapped her under the fence and then ran over her head. I'm like, dog, you put some sauce on that kill. She didn't do shit. She was the one checking, making sure you was okay when they pushed you down and you fell in the glass. Like, that was really fucked up. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that. But for me, nah, this just didn't do it. Just didn't do it at all.
Is it me or his mama was touching him?
Oh, 100%.
Right?
100%.
Yeah.
It was a Bates Motel thing for sure.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I was like...
And the dad was just blind to it all. It was just like, whatever. I work.
What the
I go to work. I don't really care.
It's awful.
What?
I don't really give a fuck. That's why she was like, you gave him a motorcycle? Yeah, motorcycle if he dies on it, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Like, he didn't give a shit. But yeah, I just, to me, it didn't work. It really didn't.
At all. No, they could have kept this.
It didn't work at all. What's Jamie saying? Unfortunately, yes, but the video
Somebody
on demand
asked-
will be up after this.
Somebody actually missed the Wonder Man discussion.
Oh, yes. The Wonder Man discussion was the first thing we discussed. So
Sorry.
once we end and you do the replay, it's the very first topic we discuss.
Yeah.
So you don't have to travel through the whole thing. It's the very first thing.
Ooh.
But thank you for tuning in, and thank you for a new watcher. Please make sure you are liking and subscribing. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. I don't know why that fucked up so badly. But yes, please. And there's one more here I want to bring up. One more here. But Trayvon, you should watch it at some point. Not because it's good, but because it's so bad it's comical.
Just so we got something to talk about.
Yeah. Just so you can hit us up and go, hey guys, what the fuck was this?
I did watch Smile and Pray for the Devil this weekend.
You did. Tell us your thoughts.
Double Halloween movie special. Yeah. I like them both. Smile to me was definitely creepier for me. And those demonic possession movies always give me heebie-jeebies.
I don't.
But it to me didn't do anything that different than what we've already. Aside from the ending, the way it ends was definitely something I've never seen before. But aside from that, it's pretty much their standard possession movie.
Mm-hmm.
Though they have the ending is a nice little twist. They add some little flavor at the end, but aside from that, again, same old shit. So if that creeps you out, it might be for you.
If I guess the ending when we go off air, will you tell me if I was right?
Sure.
Okay.
But smile, fucked me up. But I didn't like the ending. But that's only because I don't like those types of endings. It's been done before. Don't like them. But it might work for some people. It didn't work for me. But overall, the movie was fucking freaky.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I have to check it out after it's aired, not live. I don't do horror, so I want to hear your thoughts. Yeah, we do super geeky the whole podcast. We just ended on horror because it's
like 90% geeky, and then sometimes we'll just shuffle in other shit.
Yeah, so don't worry about that. This wasn't a full podcast of horror, so don't worry.
Yeah.
But again, we
are-
appreciate it. We
I'm
appreciate
about to
it.
say, I thought you were gonna promote the show, the horror show that does that.
Oh, well, I was gonna end on that, but yes, make sure you guys check out the Last Scare podcast this Thursday, where they'll be going into the whole horror landscape. But
Today was
here,
Halloween. Today was
Right.
Halloween special.
So I thought
occasion.
it was apropos, right? But don't worry, next week there'll be no horror talk.
Did we talk Vision Quest?
We did not.
What happened with Vision Quest? Oh
Yeah.
shit! The Vision Quest show. I completely forgot about that shit. Oh my
Shit,
god!
I did too.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tune in next week when we'll do Vision Quest.
Come on, man.
We're getting the fuck out. I completely forgot. See, if you were here a little earlier, I would have ixnayed the whole horror conversation. Just did Vision Quest. But yeah, no, I got to get these guys out of here. But we did do Wonder Man fully. We did do a nice long conversation about
we
Wonder
talked the
Man.
Guardians holiday special trailer.
We
either.
didn't.
Oh, you know what I keep forgetting? Is that it happened after we did our podcast last week, and then we changed the sports one to do the DC one. So I keep forgetting
fucked up
when we
everything.
did Geek Shit. Yeah, that's what threw.
We did
So I'll
double-
make
we
sure
double-
we do.
We double
double
geeked last week.
We double geeked up. No, actually, I'm glad you asked this. Tales of the Jedi,
yeah.
we will be breaking down this Wednesday
We're so good.
because that is the epitome of Star Wars. Dave Filoni. Oh my God.
Ooh, we'll watch yourself.
Fucking stories. I'm sorry.
Look
Oh
at Trayvon.
my
He's
God.
like, I can see it.
Woo.
You know,
You know what he did? He looked me in the eyes. That's what happened, Joel.
that's what it is. You
That's
saw what
it
you
was.
wanted to do.
He looked me in the eyes.
felt
But no, Tales of Jedi will be this Wednesday. And for
Some
you
Andor.
geeky fans out there, oh, yes, we're going to mix in Andor too because that's wrapping up soon. But for you geeky fans out there, what I think I'm going to do for you guys this season, maybe not a lot going forward. I don't know. I'll think about it. But I'm thinking about doing Titans Thursdays.
I'm
Where
down.
we break down some Titans every Thursday. I'm thinking
Titans.
about doing that. Thinking about doing just an hour like we did for She-Hulk, small group,
Doesn't have to
break
be
down
long.
Titans.
Right.
Doesn't have to be long at all. But I am very curious to see what people's thoughts are. Trayvon, stop showing your thoughts. Relax. But-
My God, I can't wait to get to the point in the season where I'm going, what the fuck was that? Because that's every season. There's that one point where,
Episode 1.
what the fuck was that? And you do shit.
It's in those first 5, that's for sure.
Already?
Yeah. Episode 1 definitely left me like,
That was a choice. Was it a good choice?
why?
Yeah, was it a
Why
good
did
choice?
you do that? So every Thursday we'll be breaking down Titans. This week Titans is oh no shit, I can't say that. Oh, almost said some shit I couldn't
It's
say.
Thursday, right?
No, it is this Thursday, but something else with it that I couldn't say yet. You guys will find out Thursday. But anyway, I'm gonna be made on Thursdays. Made or mad? I'm made.
Let her be made on Thursdays. Man.
You're gonna be a maid on
You
Thursdays?
can do
or
whatever
what-
you
what's-
put
what's
your mind
happening?
to.
What's happening?
Man.
Mad. Thank you. Okay. I'm like, I don't know what you're making. I don't know what's happening Thursdays, but yes. So I think I'm gonna bring that in. I know how much Ash loves Titans, and the main reason why I want to bring it in is because I can't wait to when the season starts to wrap up
Mike is an
that they get
asshole.
the.
What is that?
Wait, no, Mike's not the asshole. The next comment is even more so.
Even worse. I didn't see that one.
I'm made too. So made.
So made. We're so made on this show. But all right, thank you guys for tuning in. Please make sure you are liking and subscribing, please. We have so much content up. JB. No, you can't. You got to make
You
something
can't head out
before you
before
go.
us. Hold on.
Yeah, you got to make something. But please make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. We got so much content. Trayvon has his interviews up with the Power Rangers for the newest season on Netflix. Mike will be making some videos for Wednesday, the show Wednesday when it drops. So
I'm
make
about
sure
to
you
say,
guys stay tuned for
What's
that.
Wednesday? Oh,
The show Wednesday. So we got a whole bunch of content coming you guys' way. So please make sure you stay tuned. And again, Black Panther does come out next week, but I want to let you guys know we will not be reviewing it next week. We want to give people the weekend. So we'll do a special Wednesday episode that following week.
I'm going live
Where
on
we'll
Facebook to
dedicate.
spoil it all. If you want to meet me there next Thursday.
You say that, but I guarantee you, everybody will be there waiting for you to spoil that shit.
I will not.
But that following Wednesday, we'll have a special Wakanda Forever podcast where we just break down the movie. Again, it will not be a very big group. I want to make it a very intimate, small group.
Yeah, bring your tissues. It's gonna be a
tearjerker for sure. But stay tuned for the drip because when me and Joel go, we're wearing all white.
Oh yeah,
and I'm showing out with my outfit.
I would not be in all white because I am
no, not for the podcast, for the
no, I know
see the movie.
That's what I'm saying for the movie.
Gotcha.
I'd spill on myself.
Yeah,
what?
Joel usually doesn't eat or drink when he goes. That's usually me, and I just hold it. I don't even eat it or drink it.
Gargoyle, I'll tell you.
All right, guys. I want to thank Trayvon, Joel, Mike, and Didge for joining me for this episode, and you guys were amazing in the comments today. Please make sure you guys put on your notifications for when we go live so you don't miss an episode. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe. Until next time, guys. Peace. And I beat Didge in fantasy football.
I'm so upset.
Congratulations.